is going on? It is Pass the Gravy, episode 548. Happy belated Martin Luther King Day to everyone. And it's Alex, Pat, and Bobby the Hog Jokes, ready to hold things down. We're gonna celebrate Milk Day our way. I feel like we should just start calling it Milk Day. Do you think anybody calls MLK Day Milk Day just to save time?
I mean, I'm fine with it, but TikTok's going to come for us. Racists.
It's not a race thing. It's not a race thing. It's just like, it sounds cool, but it's fucking Milk Day, bro. Let's go. I have a dream.
Yeah, white like milk. Just literally trying to whitewash MLK Day.
Okay, Robert, we're just going to start the pod over on that. Then we'll cut that part. And gravy,
Chocolate
gravy,
milk
gravy.
day.
Gravy gang. What's up? Yeah. Try two
worse?
On this podcast.
Is it worse to call it chocolate milk day?
I think it's probably worse. Yeah.
I wasn't looking at it from like a race thing. I was looking at it like MLK. Like, I understand when you abbreviate, but after a while, once you start saying the abbreviation enough, like I was hearing people talk about the MLK Day parades getting canceled. And they were like, another MLK Day parade. And this MLK Day parade, we were not able to celebrate with our annual MLK Day parade. I was like, I feel like you're just taking longer to say MLK now. Let's just milk. Uses all the letters. I mean, I know you add the I, but I think it rolls right off the tongue.
Well, don't you know, Alex, you're supposed to look at everything through race nowadays. It makes it so much more fun for everybody if literally everything you do, you first go race.
Well, that's usually what I do anyways. I'm like, how would this affect someone based on their race? And then I make my assumption. But on this, I was just like, I feel like this just saves time. Our annual Milk Day parade. And then like, we're just not having the Milk Day parade this year. Like, we couldn't just move it. Like, hey, guess what? Next Monday, this Saturday, let's have a Milk Day parade. Like, do you think Martin Luther would have wanted us to just be like, you know what? Let's just hang out inside. It was a little too chilly. That's not what he would have wanted to do. He would have marched. He would have fucking marched.
There, you're trying to, a day that everybody or half the population gets off and you're trying to put it on a Saturday. That's just fucked up, man.
I'm trying to celebrate
put their day back onto a weekend.
Trying to celebrate this man.
Oh, also football's going on.
Fuck, you're right. Could we do it before the Texas play? Yeah, Texas play at like 3:30. That's the first game. We could do like a 10 a.m. parade.
Yeah, I think
just like Thanksgiving,
early morning.
Yeah, like Thanksgiving Day.
It's as long as it doesn't affect me going to the store, do what makes you happy. Which I'm probably not. I usually don't go to the store on the weekend anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what's funny? The only
Milk Day saves time.
The only content creator thing that I saw about MLK Day, of all the people that I follow, was just someone going back in time to save him, and he's just cheating on his wife. Because that's what he loved doing. I was like, really? This is the only thing we can get for MLK this year? Is a skit about him just banging white chicks? It was the only one I saw.
I think that's all he liked doing. I think he also liked fighting for justice. That's
he fought injustice.
He's fighting for justice, which means you're fighting injustice. He's fighting injustice by fighting for justice, just like me. That's what I do on a daily basis. And that's why
I don't.
I mean, like,
I stick to myself.
I live every day like it's Milk Day. All right.
I did drink a lot of milk this weekend, so I'm going to count that as my contribution.
Didn't drink any. Next thing I had was I had a fun little conversation with someone earlier this week about we're talking hybrid animals. You guys got your favorite hybrid animals? Do we want to run around the room?
Yeah, I created it in, I believe it was first grade, the monktopus. It's an octopus bottom, but the top half is a monkey, and I thought that would be a sick pet to have.
That does sound pretty sick.
The monktopus, dude. Yeah.
Does a centaur count?
Centaur. I mean, man is an animal.
Mm-hmm. And the centaur saved Harry Potter.
True. True. Yeah, who could forget?
What's your favorite, Alex? What was the whole purpose of you bringing this up so you can tell us what you wanted?
That wasn't it, but thank you for asking. I was going to just say mine was the Chanther, which is just a cheetah panther.
Black Panther or Florida Panther?
I don't care.
I think it would have to be Black Panther. I don't think well, there's no cheetahs native to the Americas.
I mean, obviously these are hybrid animals. I don't think you're like in the wild. These aren't coming across these yet. I think
trying
you're
to tell me
selectively breeding these.
A cheetah and a panther can't fuck in the wild?
I'm not saying they can't. I would imagine it's probably easier to just like breed them.
I'll tell you this though, right now,
making.
I want to pet a chanther now. I bet it's soft as fuck. Big kitty.
And like the Carolina Panthers, they're going through a tough time. Why don't they just rebrand as the Chanthers? Like that sounds way cooler. It's a cheetah and a panther. Fast and
see, you don't want to do that because people would be like, dude, that's a fake ass animal and you're a fake ass team. You just open yourself up to that.
Also, Chanther sounds like you're a kid who's learning how to speak and can't pronounce Chandler. There's like Chanther.
Well, no, Chandler would obviously be the name of the Chanther.
My favorite Friends character is Chanther Bing.
That would be the animal version of Friends.
What if we just made an animal version of Friends? Obviously,
then,
Ross is a giraffe, like he is in Madagascar.
I was gonna say it goes to Madagascar. Phoebe would be a cat.
Joey's obviously like a golden retriever.
Yeah. Yeah, he's basically.
Wait, what's the horniest of dogs? Because that's what he would be.
I think golden retrievers can be horny too.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's just a dog. And that's us just
there we go. That's enough. We don't have to come up with everyone else.
We're not, you know what? We're spitballing that one. We don't gotta go all the way into that.
Gunther's a gorilla. There we go.
But Chanthers, yeah, that's my favorite hybrid animal. Everybody hit us up on Twitter at PassYourPod. Let us know what your favorite hybrid animals are.
I want to hang out with a Monktopus so bad.
Fun little water cooler conversation. I mean, the Liger is obviously the most popular because of Napoleon Dynamite.
But I mean, don't forget the Tyon.
The Tyon, which is the reverse.
I forget which one has to be the male.
It's the opposite of that, though.
No shit. Really?
Right.
Couldn't put that together.
Well, shut up. Shut up, Pat. What do you know?
Not a lot. Not much about anything, actually.
Well, you are a superhero guy. I know both of you guys are superhero guys.
Mm-hmm.
I am the least knowledgeable on any superhero artifacts on this show, but I did learn a very fun fact about superheroes, a little fucked up history fact for you guys, about y'all's favorite DC guy, the Silver Surfer. His name was not originally the Silver Surfer. Originally, it was just a guy named Silvio Surfer and Stanley, and I think it was like Jack Ruby or Jack Kirby was the guy that created them together, and they were just like, oh, he's gonna be like with Aquaman. He surfs alongside with him, like they're gonna be boys. And I think it was gonna be maybe a Batman Robin type situation that DC was going with, but they also were trying to do this a little bit in the middle of World War II, and the Italians maybe sided with the Axis powers, and so there was a little bit of an anti-Italian sentiment, kind of
discrimination
in America. And Stanley was like, look, I was doing this to honor my Italian heritage, but maybe not now. And so they came up with like the whole backstory, like, no, he's the Silver Surfer, not Silvio Surfer. The Silver Surfer, he's not tight with Aquaman anymore. He's from space or whatever the fuck his backstory is. But the Silver Surfer was originally supposed to just be an Italian guy named Silvio Surfer that was going to be boys with Aquaman.
I would have loved that too, man. We could have had some fucking cutlets in the DC universe. A little chicken parm here and there. I mean, that would have been just an amazing marriage.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey, that crime over there as he's surfing up.
Oh, Apocalypse, get out of here.
Oh, Marlon.
Hey, it's fucking
Batman. Fucking Spider-Man again. Oh, come on.
Batman, you shut your fucking mouth. You got a little boy living in your house. You don't think we know what you're doing? You're fucking sick.
You fucking pervert. That's what you are.
Come bring that shit down to the shore. See how it goes. Stay in Gotham.
We all know it's New York. You're not fooling anybody. My family runs that fucking town. You can call it Gotham all you want. It's fucking New York City, pussy.
You know, you can say you saved the city all you want, but you took out my uncle Pepe's fucking pizza shop on 34th, okay? What's he supposed to do? He doesn't have insurance. Are you going to pay for that, Batman? Fucking
My
throwing
cousin
killer
can't.
cock through his window 3 times a week.
My cousin can't just hang out outside the deli. What's wrong with that, huh? A
Okay,
couple
now
guys
I think they
conducting
should
business.
they need to add a super Italian dude into like Alfred is Batman's butler, but I think the Justice League needs their own butler. Make him just fucking a Guido, just some Italian dude that shit talks them through the whole thing.
Just do the Wario version of Silver Surfer, but he's Italian.
Flash, I know you hooked up with my sister. She said you live up to the name.
He's like an alien from space.
You better fucking call her.
Wherever the Silver Surfer's from, and it's just like, wait, your cousin's Italian? How'd you get that? He's not also from another planet? No, he's from Italy. He's Italian. He's actually from Jersey.
It's planet Italy.
His mom moved here at a young age. It's the culture he knows. You know, what are we gonna do? We love him. Yeah, there's so the next time you think about the Silver Surfer, be like, this is actually Italian prejudice that caused him to be the Silver Surfer. Probably, I would argue, looks way sicker than just like an Italian dude on a surfboard fighting crime. Not as cool.
I mean, they did a full
cool.
180 on the character design too. He's hairless. They're like, let's make him look as far from Italian as possible.
He was probably super hairy, so they were just like, just cover him in silver. And then, yeah, that works.
Bastards.
Silvio Silver. We can we're just gonna change that on the fly. Go.
Motherfuckers.
Yep. All right, what'd you guys bring in for the pre-cum segment today?
I've got myself in a little bit of a pickle. It is and it isn't. I found one of those Instagram accounts that he just says, here are 10 deals in the codes for them. So I've just been every day now. Like I put notifications on his post too. I got a super sick fucking wireless magnetic charger for like $4 yesterday because of the code. But now it's like I also bought one for my car, so I'm not just getting the $4. Then I ended up spending like $26 because then I found another one that goes in my car. I've got 3 portable, or what's it called, non-plug-in chargers. What are those called that you just sit on it? Wireless charger. That's it. That's the word. Yeah, I'm loading up on charge. I'm gonna buy so much shit now. I don't. By the way, if you guys, it's Found It Cheaper One is his name. It's sick deals.
No free ads.
I like this guy. I'd like to get a partnership deal going with him.
You can tweet that. Bleep it out though, Robert. No free ads.
He could be Italian. I don't know.
$750 a second per ad. Advertise on this.
But yeah, I've been trying to not spend money online, and then I found this guy's account, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be a fucking problem."
That's one of those things, though. Like, it is, like, you can justify it in my dumb brain. I could justify being like, well, I'm just getting chargers. Like, you always need chargers. Like, I have a million chargers. I have a charger in the living room. I have a charger in this podcast room. I have 100 chargers in the bedroom. I have the one for the watch, for the AirPods, for the phone. And then for my I guess I already said watch, but whatever. And then for my iPad, I have like the 3-prong charger in my bedroom.
There was a watch one, a charger for the watch that was on there. Yeah.
And then I actually have 2 right here. I have the wireless one that my dad gave me, and it just sits on this refrigerator that I have, where it's like, I don't know. But like, there's nothing better than when somebody's like, bro, do you have a charger? And you're like, yeah, right there. And you don't have to go grab it. Like, that's a not rich guy move that makes you feel like you're rich. Where you're like, yeah, no, I got one. It's plugged into the extension cord on the couch right there. Not like, oh, hold on, let me go pull one out of the wall in my bedroom. Like, that's a broke boy move. When you have 15 chargers just because you bought 100 of them, that makes you feel like this is a luxurious place to be in.
Well, and that's how I justified it. I was like, okay, well, now I'll have one for my car, and then I'll leave one at home, and it's because now just the one that I have, it comes with me from home to in the car to work. I'm like, okay, now I can have a travel one that stays in my backpack that I bring to work with me. One stays at home, one stays in the car. And the one that I got for the car, it's like, because I'm tired of always just putting my phone in the seat next to me. I got one of those ones where like you clip it into the vent, so like it actually just stands up in your car now.
Yeah,
like, this is good. It's so much safer for me. I'm not constantly looking down. And if it's plugged or clipped into something, I won't be playing phone games while I'm sitting in traffic, which I have a very bad habit of doing.
It is a bad habit. Very bad.
It's so bad, dude. Like fucking playing
So
Candy Crush
unsafe.
at red lights and
Oh,
also
so
while
unsafe.
driving. It's not Candy Crush. I've been playing this game for 3 years. I still don't know the fucking name of it. But yeah, I almost bought a juicer because it was only like $40 with the discount code. Normally it was like 160. I was like adding it to the cart and immediately I was like, what are you doing? You're not going to use a fucking juicer.
But for like a 2-minute window, you were like, you know what? I'm really gonna turn it all around. I'm gonna start juicing. I'm gonna do this. Like if I make one meal a day, just me juicing something.
No,
like,
no, I wasn't planning any of that. I was
But,
just like, ooh, good deal.
I'll do that. And then I'll buy all the supplements that go with the juicing that I then won't use. So then it's just that 6 things that are sitting in a cabinet not used. Like when I went through, like, I'm gonna drink matcha green tea. That's gonna be my new thing. And then I did that for like a month. And then when we were moving out, Emma's like, do you want this matcha fryer or frother thing? And I was like, nope, sure don't. Do you want this other thing that makes matcha green tea? Nope. Do you want these 6 packets of whatever special blend matcha tea? And I'm like, nope. Sure don't. Okay, cool. There's $200 you just
like,
threw away.
Feels like one of those videos. Girl math. I saved $76 on it, so really it cost nothing. No, you still spent $56 on it. You just got it on a big discount. You're still spending money, Pat. Stop it. But then also, I was like, I had no plans on using it. Honestly, I was like, ooh, I can give this to my mom. But then I was like, if I just show up with an appliance for them, they're going to be like, fuck you. We don't want this.
Yeah, it looks like you got like a garage sale.
Mom, I got 60. I figure you like to try and be healthy, Mom. You can maybe you can get Dad to start you. And I was like, I'm not going to give them a fucking project.
That should be something though you can write off on your taxes, where it's like, which I mean, it is an Olympic year. We do have to pay taxes again. Your quarterly, yearly reminder. You do have to pay tax this year. But we should be able to write off on our taxes like intended self-improvement purchases, like
100% we could.
ISIs, where it's like, look, I didn't actually end up going to the gym at all, but I thought January 1st, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get in really good shape. So like this $120 fee for this year, I feel like I should get to write that off. And they'll be like, all right, like, look, I bought all of these protein shakes and this whey protein because I was like gonna get gains. None of that ended up happening. But I also would like to add this weight bench to like intended self-improvement, like my ISI numbers. Can we run that through there? And they're like, all right, Alex, Mr. Middleton, you've just now, that's like $1 million you can write off and not pay back.
I guarantee you, if we got like professional tax guys, we could, because we're on camera here. Big, it is a business expense to look good for camera. So I guarantee you, if we went to like a professional tax guy, you could do that.
And I could write off like all my cable and internet too, because we have to do all this shit.
100% you could.
But like, I don't know. It's every 4 years.
It just seems like a hassle.
Right. Yeah. It's a lot of extra shit. And then they'll be like, they'll like audit me and I'll be like, I don't know.
Or I can just do TurboTax and be done in 30 minutes.
If I ever get audited, I'm just leaving.
That sounded like an ad.
Yeah, bleep that also.
I really should. Ads. I really should do ads for them. Be like, are you a lazy piece of shit that just wants to get it done with quick? It'll remember all your information from the previous year. It takes 5 fucking minutes.
I always thought, like, I've never been audited, knock on wood, but like if I did ever get audited by the IRS, I am straight up just leaving. And like, you're never gonna find me again.
I'm not 100% sure I paid taxes the second year I was supposed to, but I think I did end up covering that at some point.
I'm just gonna like, I don't know what auditing actually entails, but everybody that's ever had it happen makes it seem like it's the worst thing in the world. So like if it happened to me, I'm just gonna move like countries. Like you're never gonna find me.
See, I'm not worried about it because I think if the IRS ever flagged me to be audited, they'd be like, wait, we have to give him money. Never mind. Let that one go.
That's pretty much what they would do with me, I think too.
Yeah. Like I've never owed money before. They're like, we're not gonna audit you. I don't think they audit you unless they know they can get more money out of you.
Yeah. When this podcast really takes off, it gets rich.
Yeah.
then we'll have to start worrying about the IRS every 4 years.
I'm gonna fucking have so many shell corporations.
Shells on shells, dude.
Dude, we should actually name. Oh no, damn it! I was gonna say we should name our corporation Shell Corporation.
Well,
I was like, wait,
it's
there's a I
very
think that's
popular
already
corporation. We great thinking, great line of thinking. Somebody just is way ahead of you on that.
I think they sell some sort of gas. I don't know.
Robert, what'd you bring in for the Precome segment?
I was thinking about this on Saturday because I think that's when the Rod and pretty much everyone else besides you went to the Texans game.
Yeah, I'm not a millionaire, and people don't buy me tickets to
Yeah.
games.
Can't believe it. But they were all wearing Texans things, and so they have like two teams, right? Tessa has Cowboys and Texans, Rod Bills and Texans, and made me think: you guys don't believe in two teams, right? Like you guys just do one team.
Well, the Packers are my
doesn't.
team, but I support the Texans because it's my hometown team. But if they ever play the Packers, I hope the Packers beat them by 40.
But you guys don't have like Texans gear, merch,
Well,
or anything like that.
Texans, I don't. But I mean, also we know in baseball, I am a dual citizen. I am an Astros and a Red Sox fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I was raised as a Red Sox fan, but I lived in Houston since I was 3. So of course I love them. And so I think that's the only sport where I have gear for multiple teams, though.
I don't want to throw any of my coworkers under the bus, but I have always had the like logic that like that's your pick a team, that's your fucking team. Right? I understand for work you're supporting the Texans. I absolutely get that. But like, ask me how many Texans items of clothing that I own. None.
How many?
I have it's running game, Texas, bleep that. No free ads, but they're local, awesome fucking clothing company. They have a hat that just is like a Navy hat and says HTX in white and red letters. And I think it's a cool hat on its own. But if it's for like a Texans game or for when the Roughnecks played, I would throw that bad boy on, and it's a pretty generic looking. Looks like you're supporting the Texans, but you're not. And then we put the Pass the Bulls on Parade shirt out a while ago. And I had that. I didn't wear that one on Saturday, but like that's what I'll wear. My brother's wife is a Chiefs fan. And Will's like, I'm not ever wearing Chiefs gear. I'm a Texans fan, but he does have like an Indian chief on a shirt. It's like one of those like Howling Wolf shirts, and he wears that when he's supporting the Chiefs with her. So like, there's ways around it, but like, yeah, no, like I hope the Texans do well. I was rooting hard for the Texans, but like, fuck them if it comes down to Texans in my team. Like,
yeah,
like I hope I want the best for the Texans when it does not affect the Giants at all. If you were like, Alex, here's Texans tickets right now. Would you like to go to the Texans game? But the Giants are also playing. I'd be like, no, I'm not going. And
of course,
I've turned down tickets because I'm like, well, I'm going to be watching my team.
And also, like, I think for Rod,
I'm also a psycho. So I get that.
I think it's kind of okay for Rod. Like, of course, he's a Bills fan first and foremost, but he's been in Houston so long. He's been here since the inception of the team. He's the host of like the biggest fucking radio show in Houston. Of course, it's going to bleed into it a little bit. Tessa, that's bullshit. Tessa's been in Houston for 3 fucking, and also she's a Cowboys fan. You can't be Cowboys and Texans. You can't be Dallas and Houston. That's not fucking allowable. What she's doing is bullshit. It's absolutely, and I want you to tell her I said that's fucking bullshit. No, I get it. She's a big part
I'm
of
sure
she's
there's
on
enough
TV
crossover
and she's on the
where this is
radio
going
and
to
all
get back
this.
to them.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit.
No,
that's
I'm not saying
bullshit.
that. And I do give in the past, Rod was taking his daughter to her first NFL game. That's an awesome game to go to. It turned out to be an incredible Texans game to go to. Neither of their two teams were playing that day at that same time. So it's like you're going like if the Giants played a Sunday, like that'd been fucking awesome if the Giants played on Sunday because that would have been they were in the playoffs. But the Giants were playing on Sunday and somebody was like, hey, I got Texans tickets for you. Yeah, okay, I'm down. But if it was like the Giants are playing right after the Texans, no, because I don't want to have to hang out while I'm trying to watch my team or whatever. But yeah, no, I think it's weird to like, well, we saw with the Rangers and the Astros a little bit. It was like, I just hope a team from Texas wins. Like, people just don't care about sports the same way we care about
Mhm.
sports, and we're psychopaths. And I understand that like we can
100%.
get mad about that, but like when like they get mad at us for getting worked up over sports, just know that like I can make fun of you for not caring as much because I care more than you. So like when you're like, it's just a game, I'm like, shut the fuck up. You don't understand. This ruins my day. This ruins my whole fucking day. Like the fact that like we're gonna get to how happy I am for Pat, and I was talking to Pat all day when that was fucking going on, like fucking let's go, dude. I was sending like good vibes texts and stuff. Like it was fucking Christmas to me. Like the people like, how sad is it that you're like dancing on the grave of two teams that made the playoffs when your team didn't? I'm like, you know who ended their season with a win? My team.
Yeah.
My team.
Also,
Fuck
it's
you.
the teams you
Fuck all of
hate.
you. I can be happy. My two happiest times are when my team wins and then when the teams I don't like lose. Those are the best feelings.
I mean, it's people that say that just don't understand sports.
They don't
because
understand.
part of it is rooting against the teams you hate. There's a very old saying in New England: the two best days are Red Sox win and a Yankees loss. That's how it is. You don't just root for your team; you root for the teams that you don't like to fail. That's part of sports. You guys don't remember having high school rivalries against other? Did you go, oh well, it's okay that they won. Well, I don't care about the other. No, you hate the other school. You want them to fucking lose. It's how it goes.
I understand having like your team, but I guess what I was like curious about, like having gear and merch from another team that you support. Because I can't imagine myself just like
I'm not gonna buy it, but if somebody gives it to me,
buying
whatever.
something else.
Like, yeah,
I don't put a lot of stock into like what I'm wearing though. I kind of just wear what's closest and comfortable.
Yeah. I'm weird.
Well, I don't wear.
I wouldn't necessarily get anything Texans because I don't like really care. But like I would get something Rockets, which I also
Rockets
don't
fun.
care. But I would get something Rockets.
Rockets have cool gear. I do like but I like the Rockets too. I don't know. I think like I always thought it was an insane move when dudes would you'd be like, oh, dude, you're a Rays fan. They're like, no, it just goes with my shoes and my outfit. I'm like,
yeah, that's
what?
always been wild.
You bought a $45 Tampa Bay Rays hat because it matched your outfit. Like, I mean, that makes sense. And like, I try to pair hats and shit that I wear with stuff that I wear too. But like, I'm not wearing a fucking Eagles Kelly green like hat to match my green shit. I'm just not doing that. I'll find another hat that's got other shit on it. Like, I always thought that was a crazy move.
Yeah,
like,
like
well, I don't like their Yankees, but like I needed a Navy hat to go with my Navy shirt that I have.
The Bears orange jerseys are some of the coolest looking jerseys in the NFL, I think. Never would I wear it. Never would I get big dome, but like it just looks sick. Like it really goes with my outfit well. No, fuck them. Somebody bought me a Giants hat one time, and like just to be nice, I wore it for her. But I was like, no, it sat in my backseat.
Well, that was a New York hat, technically. Just so it was a New York City hat, according to
no. Oh yeah.
She thought it was. And then the Giants won a playoff game after you wore that. So that was a good luck hat.
I've wanted to buy a hat for every MLB team because I think that's kind of cool. But I also wouldn't wear any of them besides the Astros one. So I'm like, oh, well, then I'd just be wasting this money.
As somebody
like,
that owns
for like a collection, it's different.
Yes, that is a thing where like I have hat racks that I was hanging up in my new house, and it's just like, I need to get rid of a lot of these. But then you start looking at hats you want to get rid of, and you're like, but I like all of these. Mm-hmm. But I can't remember the last time I've worn most of them. But like, what if I throw it out and then I want to wear? Yeah, like it would be cool to have all of those, but you would have to just have like a rich person closet.
Yeah, it became I was always a hat guy, and then I started shaving my head, and I was like, well, these are all fucking like useless now. I like don't wear hats anymore. I have sunglasses. Because like when you're bald, it feels weird on your head. Mm-hmm. It's just like it doesn't sit right. Like it feels sweaty. I don't know. It's just I don't like it. So now I've got 60 fucking hats that I don't wear.
You wear a trucker hat, and it like doesn't go all the way down to the top of your head. It just kind of looks crazy, like sitting like with all that extra space.
Yeah, which sucks because I have one that looked like that. It said "Butt Stuff Barbecue," and I love that hat.
Remember when you got that?
And now I just learned
you could buy stuff on the internet.
Yep, that was one of the first ones. But
Robert,
yeah, no,
do you have two teams in anything?
No.
I guess baseball's the only thing you care about.
Robert doesn't have two teams. Robert has the Astros. That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said,
he doesn't even give a fuck about U of H.
But I do admire that though, like the ability to just like not give a shit about and you don't even like love baseball. You just love the Astros. So it's like if somebody was like, dude, let's talk about the Angels. Like, I guess they're in the division, but if it was like somebody was like, dude, let's talk about the Pittsburgh Pirates. Like, I don't give two shits about the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah,
I'm not
like, I don't-
chopping it up about their bullpen with you. I know the Astros back and forth. I know what I like about the Astros. I know basically who they play, and that's it. Like, I
You have
admire
so
that
much
about
free time
Robert.
throughout the year.
Right.
I have none. Now that I started watching hockey, guess what goes on during the off season of other sports? Hockey. It's just year round for me now. I have no free
Soccer
time.
did that with me. Oh, cool. West Ham plays on Tuesday.
Well, you're just giving up your mornings then.
What, and
You still have the
afternoons.
rest of the day.
See, I got Dynamo too. Shout out to the Dynamo. That's a
We
team.
should- I
I
feel
have
like-
two teams. But that's different leagues, so it doesn't really count.
We should get Robert to just be weirdly into U of H baseball. Like, so he can have two teams. Like, it's still baseball and it's Houston.
There's no way.
I don't
Just
think
be-
I want to.
Or maybe or maybe the
Space
Skeeters.
Cowboys fan.
The Skeeters. That way it is still a direct like associate of the Astros.
We need to do the dog.
Or
The
Space
9 dogs,
Cowboys,
9
sorry.
innings. 9 dogs, 9 beers, 9 innings, and just somebody with the Space Cowboys let us throw out first pitches. That'll be like, give me a Space Cowboys jersey. I'll rock the fuck out of that. And I hate anybody named the Cowboys, even if it's just the Space Cowboys. Like Oklahoma State can fuck off. Wyoming, no thanks.
I like
I don't
Oklahoma
support
State.
Cowboys. I don't support the Cowboys. I don't care where you.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair though. You got to let that hate run deep.
I'm nothing if not petty.
That is true. That is true.
That was solid pre-cum segment, fellas. Solid pre-cum segment. Let's move on to the Comeback Kids segment, where we tell you what's back in the news this week. And I feel like there's quite a bit of things we're gonna get into here. Specifically if we're talking football at the end, but let's get right into that after we tell you about our good friends at Service Titan. I'm calling on all plumbing, HVAC, and electrician business owners out there about starting the year strong with our good friends at Service Titan. Service Titan is the leading all-in-one software for the trades, and this January, you plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and other service repair business owners can get Service Titan free for 2 months plus a $1,000 gift card. That's 2 months of service. Titan's powerful reporting dashboards, game-changing operational efficiency, and the best user experience for you and your customers, plus a $1,000 gift card. Don't let your current systems hold you back. Get Service Titan and watch your business grow. Service Titan partners typically see a 17% revenue increase in the first 2 years and a 9% increase in average ticket size. You're going to gain accountability and control and get crystal clear insight into how your entire company performs from the back office to the field. Qualified contractors sign up by January 31st to claim your 2 free months and $1,000 gift card. Go to servicetitan.com and start growing your business. That's servicetitan.com, servicetitan.com, the official sponsor of the Comeback Kids segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
All right. Our first comeback kid this week is cold weather. Did you guys know it's cold outside? I don't know if you knew that it was cold. It's cold outside.
It's a little cold outside.
Because with it being cold outside, specifically in Texas, where we are recording this, they like to tell you what you should do in this cold winter weather. Not that it doesn't do this at least once a year, but all right, all those you guys, you're bundled up. Here's some here's some tips to stay warm in this cold weather. Make sure that you wrap your pipes. Don't leave your pets outside. If you have a generator, don't light it on fire inside the house. No dumpster fires inside the house. Try to not carbon monoxide yourself to death. Like, it's one of those where it's like they give you the tips and then it's just like, all right, like this, most of this is common sense. Like, don't sleep outside. Close your windows. If you're cold, put on a jacket. Turn on the heater. Okay, dog. Like, I get a lot of this is like the news has to fill time. So you're trying to find content like, hey, Pat, we got you on a story of like what to do to beat the cold this winter. And like everybody has the same, like you go, ways to beat the cold temperature. And then it's just like you get the same BuzzFeed list that everybody else gets. It just gets repetitive because you see it from everybody for like 5 days. It's like when a hurricane's happening. Like, and don't forget to stock up on clean water and electrical supplies. Get some batteries, get some flashlights, get a first aid kit. Like, yeah, we know. Like, these are things that you would need in case of a disaster. Like, I understand that somebody is probably hearing it for the first time. I
have
just
any
feel
of
like we
those
hear it all the
things.
time. But like, right, yeah, I have a phone that's got a flashlight on it.
I've got Band-Aids in a phone. Yeah, that's what I have.
That counts.
I don't have
Nailed
a
it.
first aid kit. Actually, I don't even know if I have Band-Aids, to be honest with you. I got hydrogen peroxide and old towels.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the old towels will work. I don't really know what the hydrogen peroxide will fight germs.
It'll clean the cut. Yeah. I actually
So
used an old
you're
towel.
good.
I ripped that up to wrap my pipes.
Perfect. You're evolving.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Manly man. Manuary. I'm suiting my house up for all the weathers because that's what men do in Manuary.
And those pipes are going to stay wrapped for a long time.
It is just one of those things where like we make fun of other people when they're like, oh, it's hot. There's like a heat wave up in the north. And we're like, ah, you pussies. And then they do that to us when like no one went to work or school for 2 days. Well, one of them was milk day. It was milk day one of the days. But then like Tuesday, people just didn't go anywhere because like it's cold outside though, and it might be icy. And it wasn't really that icy. There was one place that had ice that I saw, and that was near my street where there was like a busted fire hydrant that has been just leaking for months, and where all that water kind of sits froze over. And that was about it. I think maybe there was like a little slush puddle at a light, but you see that and you're just like, okay, cool. Like no one was on the roads yesterday. It felt like I was riding like in like a ghost town almost.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. It kind of reminded me of COVID. It was dope.
Yeah, it was cool, but it was just weird that like people were like, well, it's just not safe out there. And then I think everybody showed up today. We're like, you're right. It's the exact same temperature. We overreacted a little bit. We overreacted. Okay.
Hey, but like when they freak out over the hot, that's whatever. When it's cold and it does freeze the roads, you get in accidents. That's dangerous.
True. But did you know you should drive safer when it's cold and icy? Like drive safe out on the icy roads.
I saw one. It was like, if you don't know how to drive in the cold, imagine you're taking your grandma to church and she's wearing a new dress and holding a pot of chili. I was like, you could just say drive slow.
Drive slow, yeah.
Drive slow, take the corners carefully. I did have one guy that I guess it was Monday morning when the roads were a little bit icy. I'm going through the light and this dude comes out of the U-turn and just blows right in front of me. I had to slam on the brakes. I was like, on today of all days, you're just not looking into oncoming traffic, asshole.
There's always those people though. They're just like, fuck it, dude. Not inclement weather for me. I'm from Chicago. I know. You're like, yeah, but you can still spin out.
Well, but it makes me extra mad because when I honk at people, my car has the pussiest horn of all time. Like you could probably Google I think it's a 2023 Toyota Corolla. That doesn't get your point across. You can't be like, you fucking piece of shit. Like it deflates everything out of you. You're like, I don't care if a 90-year-old woman gets out of the car. She has the right to kick my ass for the way that my car sounds. It's so frustrating.
I
wonder if I can. I bet I can change it. I mean, I don't know how, but I'm sure there's a YouTube.
You can change your car horn.
I would assume, like, I know on Teslas you can just like tap this, like whatever you want.
That's a Tesla.
But like back in the day, how do you think the Dukes of Hazzard got their car horn in there? Like you have to be able to change the horn. I just don't know how to do it. But I want to. I would love to get the just have an obnoxious horn like that. Or I am a real American. Like have that be the horn. That'd be sick.
That'd be sick.
People wouldn't know what's happening though. I just want a non-pussy car horn. That's what I want.
I had my old car at one point. The horn stopped working, and I gotta tell you, there's very few things that have made me more mad than when you're trying to honk at somebody that cuts you off, and you go to "fuck you" and it doesn't honk, and you're just like pushing it, and nothing is happening. He's like, you don't even understand how mad I am at you behind you right now because there's no way of me expressing it, but fuck. It's the worst.
It's the average cost for a Toyota Corolla horn replacement is between 130 and 139 bucks.
But like to get like a custom one,
I don't see that's just to replace
that's
it. I
just
don't like.
yeah, that's just to get a regular horn, I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things in here that say you can do it yourself, and I'm sure it's not that difficult of a thing. But also, I know absolutely nothing about cars, so
My
I would
cousin
definitely fuck something up.
stole the PA out of one of those alarm clocks, or like one of those clocks they had in schools back in the day. Like they would have the announcements on it. It was like on the clock thing, and he stole one of those and put it as like a PA in his truck, so he could like talk to people over it. And then there was also a button you could hit where it would do the ding, 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 like the school bell, and it was always funny as shit. Like you could just be like, and school. And we're also
That's what I want. I want a PA system because I wouldn't have to use the horn. I could just be like, asshole.
No, you get in trouble with that. That's why I don't have a PA system either. We shouldn't be able to.
I'm only going to use it to yell at other drivers.
Right, which is going to get you shot.
Okay, I'm tired of being here anyway.
Okay. But yeah,
I've had a pretty good fucking run, man. My life has been pretty stress-free.
cold weather is back this week. Bring your old people in and don't sleep outside. Just remember that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Next comic kid we got is the Emmys. The Emmys are back, and not because the Emmys were on Sunday. As everybody knows, we had the Golden Globes, I think, last week. Whatever the other one was. Award season starts with the Gravies at the end of the year. Then around the beginning of the year, that's when the rest of the awards kick off because the Gravies kick things off. We start things. We're trendsetters. But the Emmys were this past Sunday. Don't care. What I really want to talk about with the Emmys was that ESPN had to return a bunch of Emmys because it turns out they were giving out fake ones. They were giving out fake Emmys, Pat.
Well,
so
not quite fake.
Well,
they were real.
they were to fake people. They were giving out real Emmys to fake people. So there were a lot of production Emmys that they could apply for. A lot of the on-air hosts were not eligible for certain Emmys, but production people on that were. So you couldn't be like the host of a college pregame show. You could be the best producer. You could get an Emmy for being the top producer of an award-winning college pregame show or something like that, or the best camera technician for a college preview show and stuff like that. And ESPN was submitting a bunch of fake names because they were like, College Game Day, it's the #1 college pregame show. It's going to win all the awards. It did win all the awards, but all these fake producers that they put names down for, they would then just take off the engraving and replace that and be like, Kirk Herbstreit. Here you go, Kirk. You won an Emmy. Here you go, Lee Corso. You won an Emmy. Here you go, Chris Fowler. You won an Emmy. Here you go, Pat McAfee. You won an Emmy. When in reality, they just basically put them in like it's like when you run unopposed. Like they pretty much found an unopposed category to run a fake person in. And that's how they won the Emmy. And then just were like, oh, here you go. So Kirk Herbstreit being like, I'm a 7-time Emmy winner. It's like, well, not really. Kirko Herbenstein, the producer, was, and then they took that off, and then they gave you a new engraved thing that looks cool. Like we can just make Emmys. Like there's a lot of people with Emmys. I'm not shitting on anybody that's won an Emmy because it is a lot of work, and all those people that do College Game Day, they do work hard. But a lot of times, like you'll have people that brag about being like, I have 9 daytime Emmys or whatever, and you're like, who the fuck is this person? I have never heard of it. Like you can get daytime TV Emmys for just hanging out. I'm not shitting on anybody that's got them, but it's like if you stay around long enough, you can win them. Like we could probably win an Emmy if we really tried.
I'm gonna say I really hope
You just have
Tessa
to
wins
pay
one
off
now,
somebody,
so we can cut out that clip of you saying that right then and then play it for her.
I think people work really hard. I'm just saying, I think like
And what did
people that
ESPN just give them to the actual people doing it? Like it's clout for your network. Like, are all other hosts so fucking petty and little people that they have to give them fake awards just to keep them happy?
But did they
Like, it's
even
not enough
know?
that your team is winning, or you're just like, hey, you won an Emmy, and they're like, cool. I bet half of them didn't give a fuck about the Emmy.
They probably didn't. But then like that's not their fault. Like if Kirk Herbstreit just gets 5 years in a row, they're like, hey, here's an Emmy. If Robert just started handing us Emmys, I'd be like, fucking, they give us Emmys? Wait, what? But okay. Like, obviously, I'm going to put it behind me, but then everybody watching us do this podcast, like, there's no fucking chance that Alex, like, how the fuck did Alex get 2 Emmys? Like, no
Yeah,
one,
because
like,
we're not
everybody
going to
would,
check. We're not going to
right.
go back to the Emmys and check. But also, how bad does this look for the Emmys that they're not even like, people submit names, like, okay, here you go. You're not even like looking up the person to see if they're actually doing a good job.
Or a real person.
Kind of makes it seem like all these awards are complete and total fucking bullshit that mean nothing,
Yeah.
and it's just vanity awards for people that have too much self-importance.
Yeah, well, they're dumb because they also were like, well, you know what a great time to run our awards show would be during the NFL playoffs. Let's do that during a playoff game.
Yeah,
We got the fucking Lions and the fucking Rams, the good playoff game that was
you
on.
can't push it back a month. Push it back a month, and you're good. You got nobody going against you except for fucking basketball and hockey.
I like a lot of people at ESPN. I think ESPN as a network right now has kind of become a bunch of fuck faces. But like, I think Kirk Herbstreit and the whole College Game Day people, like, I grew up on that. I like all of them. I don't think it's what they're doing, but it is kind of funny, just like when they get a little egg on their face. Like, did you guys get caught cheating a little bit? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
No, that's what it is. Like,
Mr. and Mrs. like high moral ground, everybody like, oh, well, you gotta only character at ESPN, except for when we lie about Emmys that we give people.
Like the on-air talent at ESPN is still great. Like they've got top, fucking Scott Van Pelt and all those guys. They're great. It's all the people behind the scenes at ESPN are just pieces of shit. Which I guess to work in entertainment, you kind of, I think a lot of them are just pieces of shit. But this is one of the funnier stories I've heard about. Just, I guess you could just lump it all into Hollywood. They just jack each other off all day.
That's why we like to give you guys the awards, because we don't want ourselves to win awards. We want the Gravy Gang to win awards. We're not about us. We're about you guys, the viewers, the listeners, all of the people that help support us. And it's not just like, hey, let's give Robert an award because Robert's going to get petty if he doesn't get an award. Although Robert did win the Best Hog Award.
I did.
So he actually did win an award.
And I won
we all
piece
got
of
an
shit.
Award, and I got, mine is in there, but I got another award. So there you go. So shout out to Raymundo for giving us those awards. But if anybody wants to like just steal an Emmy, can you buy an Emmy? You can probably buy an Emmy.
I know you can definitely buy replicas, but I'm sure you can find Emmys.
Emmy award for sale.
Yeah.
For 100. And oh no, that's a program.
I want to buy, like, if we're gonna get one, I want a real one.
Well, if they're real, we'd have to earn it.
No, but like people earn them, but then they'll sell it off. Like O.J. Simpson sold his Heisman Trophy back in the day, right? Like I want to actually buy somebody's Emmy.
Oh, dude, we can get a 3D printed one.
Kelsey Grammer's Emmy for the 3rd season of Frasier. Like I would fucking love to own that, but like just duct tape over it with my name.
For a real one, it's $157.11. For a replica one, $40.
That's a real 1-to-1 metal Emmy. That's a replica. I know exactly what you're looking at. It's a replica. It's not a real Emmy.
Well, the replica one is 40. The other one is $157.11.
That's what I'm saying. No, this 157. It's not a real. Like it's not one that was given out. That's
you know what?
I want one
if
that
it's
was
on a
given
shelf behind me, it looks real enough. It'll be the one that was given out.
I mean, so that's a cool box that it comes in, though.
It is. And we should do an unboxing one, and let's get like one of those. Let's get a bunch of those fake YouTube ones. Just like, could you just get like where it's like, oh, we have 10 billion subscribers, and they're like, no, you don't. We can see your numbers. We're like, look at, thank you guys. Oh my god, 1 billion.
There's no way you don't know anyone that
demonetized.
You have to know somebody that's won like multiple local Emmys. I think that would be way funnier to own.
I do.
I have a local Emmy. It's not mine, but I have it.
No, I do, and I'm not shitting on anybody that has one. And
no, I'm saying
cool
let's
to
buy
win
one of those.
But like most of the people that brag about like their local Emmys and stuff like that, like it's like, yeah, dog, that's cool. Like that's cool. But like usually like what I like about those people that I know that have won them is like they're not like in your face about it. They're not like that doesn't define them. They're just like, that's cool. It's a cool thing I did.
You should find like, well, I guess the local Emmys probably have to be happening soon or have just happened soon. Find someone that's gonna win one that doesn't give a shit about it and just be like, dude, can I buy that Emmy off of you?
Can
Like
just
I know
go
you don't care
accept
about it, you don't want it.
on your behalf and just leave with it and never give it back.
That'd be super fun. Be like, I have a local Emmy. They'll be like, for what? Be like, I bought it off the guy that won it. Just
I want to get
incept people.
Oh, dude, for $480, I could get the Moon Man from the VMAs. The
I
MTV
prefer
one.
the popcorn bucket.
Oh, let's just buy like behind me. I want to just have like a bunch of replica awards, and they're like, "Did you win?" There's no way. Like, yeah, no, totally did. Totally did.
Or
Won
better
the
yet,
VMA.
just print
For
off
what
a
movie?
picture. Print off a picture of each one and just have them all in picture frames. 3D print a bunch of somebody out there's got a 3D printer.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. But yeah, Emmys, they don't mean anything. That's why we
Shocker.
always say the Gravy's the most important of all the award shows because they mean the most.
Well, that's because it's true.
That is true. Just good old fashioned truth right there. Also, comeback kid this week is crawfish, boys. The streak is officially over. I've ended it once. I came out of retirement to go full 4 years, 208 consecutive weeks, 4 full years, an entire presidential administration. I have done it.
Proud of you, buddy. And you did it without getting gout. That's the most impressive thing.
With so far, yeah.
Well, I mean, you're done, so you didn't get the gout. You're good.
So my streak lasted 1,456 days. Feels like it was just yesterday.
You're an inspiration, man. You should win an Emmy for that.
I don't know how I've not been even nominated.
Fucking, it's all political.
It's bullshit. It really is. It is a bunch of political bullshit. Like, I mean,
it's crap.
We already covered this before, but remember the like Guinness bullshit? Like somebody was like, dude, how did you not get in Guinness? I was like, cause I've tried, and those fuck faces are really fuck faces, which is why we just started the Pass the Gravy Book of World Records, where you just tell us what your world record is. We honor it. We know that you wouldn't lie to us.
Yeah, honor
system.
Just
the new record. So the new record is 208 consecutive weeks of crawfish held by me, Alex Middleton of Houston, Texas. I am the Cal Ripken of crawfish, and that I am out. Cal Ripken out. It's not because I don't want to, but it is kind of because I don't want to anymore. It's just like it's a chore now. I'm gonna still eat crawfish. I just don't have to do it every Sunday.
You should get like a small little 208 tattoo somewhere.
You have to buy me a tattoo coming up.
I do. We can roll that into it. PTG. Oh, and then, but like leave them block letters, and inside the letters it says 208.
I should just get a crawfish.
Oh, that's much better. That's much better than the 208. Yeah.
It's a crawfish with a 208 chain. It
says Caleb.
R.I.P. Emma next door.
Caleb Crawdad. Yeah, that is one of the most impressive streaks of all time, though, buddy. I'm proud of
you. It feels like the end of the road, you know. But I'm relieved. I am relieved. And now I'm done ordering DoorDash. Like that was my New Year's resolution, was like cut back on the DoorDash. I've only ordered DoorDash 3 times. It was when we moved and we had family here, so we didn't really have to cook for everybody. And then I've ordered crawfish twice, and now I'm done. So far, we'll see.
Well, hey, it had to end sometime. I'm happy it ended on your terms.
I'm glad
it's always better to go out on your own terms than having the game retire you.
Like if gout took me out, like it's like I'm sidelined because of gout or cholesterol or something like that. Yeah, that would have killed me. So, crawfish streak. I'm just gonna say no one's gonna beat it. They better not beat it. I'll kill you if you come after my streak. All right, just FYI.
We just won't recognize that.
We won't recognize it. It's my world record book, by the way. So
yeah,
fuck you guys. Last but not least, our Final comeback kid this week is choking in the playoffs. Boys. The Dallas Cowboys.
Go.
Go, Pack, go. Fuck yeah.
Woo! That
We were
game
all
was
Packers.
fun.
We were all Packers this weekend. The Dallas Cowboys are out of the playoffs. The Philadelphia Eagles are out of the playoffs. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys it is not a joke. When people are like, Alex, you can't really just curse people and things. And then I am 9-0 now in curses. My curses are undefeated. I do not miss when I curse things. And I didn't even say they were going to lose last week. I said they are going to be ousted before the Super Bowl. And the curses were just fuck you. Want it now? We're getting it done now. You're done. You're done. I mean, I know I'm not saying the Packers didn't play great, but did you feel you're Alex's goddamn curse is working? That son of a bitch he's doing it again.
Actually, I was so in the moment, I wasn't even thinking about the curse because I was watching it with two of my buddies that were Cowboys fans. And watching their lives fall into shambles right in front.
Yeah.
Oh, really? One of them. The other one, he was just like, God damn it, this sucks. But my one buddy was falling up. I mean, he gave up. He was emotionally, physically, and mentally done before the first quarter was over. His life was unraveling, and I was right there. And I could have he was mad at me. He was like, "You're being a dick." I was taking it fucking real easy on him. Let's be honest. The worst I was doing, but I would lean over and tap him on the leg and be like, "You're plenty of time. Plenty of time. You can
plenty
come
of
back."
time.
But I was just relishing it. It was so good. Because this is the same friend that I was with in 2017 when the Packers made that miraculous final drive and won. And he just goes, "That's it. I'm never watching another fucking game with you." He was done. It was beautiful. There was me and then these three dudes off to the side that were Packers fans. Everybody else in Woodrow's up in Tomball. Cowboys wall to wall.
Hate to see it. You just hate to see it.
And then there was one chick in the corner who was wearing an Eagles sweatshirt, so she was loving it too. But yeah, it was. We left after the third because my buddy couldn't take it anymore. It was beautiful, man. It was a beautiful just moment. I had said it all week. All the pressure was on the Cowboys. I was playing with fucking with house money, man. Packers weren't supposed to be there. We're the youngest team in the league. We're overachieving this year. First year starting quarterback. And then Dak Prescott comes out and just does Dak Prescott things. Oh, I'm not going to throw interceptions in the regular season this year. Yeah, I probably should have tried to roll that over into the playoffs.
Saved it.
Because he single-handedly had his team out of the game after the first quarter. They were just buried.
It felt like I was dreaming, where I was just oh, it's getting worse. Ooh, even, wow. Oh, this is, I don't know if they're coming back from that. And it was the first quarter, and you're just there's no way. There's no way. But then it was great. It was great.
After the first quarter, Dak had more interceptions than he had passing yards.
Speaking of who has more than someone else, did you know, Robert, that the Packers now have won more playoff games at AT&T Stadium, which is the home stadium of the Dallas Cowboys, than the Dallas Cowboys have themselves? Do you know that?
I did not know that. That's impressive.
It's a very fun fact.
Here's another one. Dak is tied for the lowest quarterback playoff winning percentage all time with a minimum of 5 games. He is 2-5. Or that's in the Super Bowl era. He is 2-5 in the playoffs as a starter. It's not very good. It's not very good at all. It's a shame.
Seems bad.
I had some other ones in here. It's hard because my notes are a little jumbled because I'm just going back through our group chat, and after a while my buddy kicked me out of the group chat because I was sending so many of them.
They're just stats. I'm sorry, I'm showing stats. Robert, what year were you born?
95.
So you've never seen the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game? Never in your lifetime. That's crazy. What a crazy fact. Huh. Oh, your team didn't do anything. Fuck you. Doesn't matter. Giants and Cowboys and Eagles, for that matter.
Yeah.
If you want to talk shit about the Giants not being there, guess what? they all won the exact same amount of Super Bowls this year. So if you didn't, just because you had to go to the dance, doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. Now the Giants got the draft pick. You guys are drafting later than us. So we actually wasted your time. If you think about it, it's like when the Yankees lost that when they just did the 1-game wild card and we lost to the Red Sox that one year. I was like, honestly, not even upset because now I don't have to give a shit about this team for a whole fucking series. Where like that they would just drag it out over a week and make me pissed off for a 5-game series. Now it's over in one night. Done. Cool. I can just chill out and relax. Like that was what the Giants made me do. I was like, cool. I can just watch the playoffs, hate 2 teams, and be happy with whatever else is going on. I was loving the Texans winning. If the Giants had been playing, I would have been just a nervous wreck. But like, fuck the Eagles, fuck the Cowboys, bunch of choke artists. And the same thing is just going to keep happening over and over again. You think Bill Belichick's going to the Cowboys? Yeah, right.
He's not going to work for Jerry.
You think John Harbaugh's going to go there? Fucking, or Jim Harbaugh? No chance.
I mean, he just doesn't want to run into the Packers because not only do the Packers have more playoff wins than them, Packers are also 6-0 in Jerry World. So I think now we have to call it Lambeau South.
I think you have to. I think Cowboys fans also have to.
It's so crazy that as of 4/27 on Wednesday, they haven't fired Mike McCarthy. Because after his team won 12 games in the regular season, they lost to the youngest team to ever win a playoff game. Packers have no experience pretty much anywhere.
Wait, had a 7 seed ever beaten 2 seed in the Super Bowl?
No, it is the first time.
That had never happened?
In 5 years of 7 seeds, not one time.
What?
So that's what 10. It was 10 games. They were 0-10 or 0-8, whatever it was going. Yeah, and then the Packers came out and just waxed them.
Let me get this straight. So by being the 7 seed, you're typically the not as good team, right? Like you typically have to be like, I would say, a very good team to be the 2nd seed, right?
Usually, yeah.
Usually?
I think I'm not great with numbers, but I think that means that you're the 2nd best team in the conference.
What was the other 2 seed in the playoffs? Who was that?
The Bills.
The Bills, did they win?
The Bills did win, yes.
Oh, that's crazy. Huh. That sucks for the Cowboys. That history, you know? A historical weekend for them.
Yeah, like I just couldn't imagine having the youngest team in the league come in and beat me at home when I was undefeated at home the entire year.
Wait, they hadn't lost a game at home all year.
They had not lost one game at home
undefeated.
all year.
Undefeated at home.
Yeah.
Had any other team gone undefeated at home this year?
I don't believe so, no.
No, they hadn't. You're right.
And you know what? And actually, nobody did. Nobody did go undefeated at home this year, yeah.
Water always finds... Wait, the Giants... correct me if I'm wrong. They beat the Packers on like a Monday Night Football game, right?
They did, yeah.
Why didn't the Cowboys just do what the Giants did?
I don't know. It was great. And especially because the Packers defense has just been maligned all year. Joe Barry, I still want him gone. I don't care that we won this game. I want Joe Barry off of the Packers and away from my organization. He's a horrible defensive coordinator. And somehow the number 1 scoring offense in all of football over the course of the year just couldn't find a way to beat up on a bad defense. It was crazy.
Well, but they also had their defense that was going to bail them out, right? They were like the best defense in the league too.
Yeah.
How many points did they give up?
42.
That seems like a lot for the best.
It's a lot of points. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It kind of seems like the Cowboys got all of their stats against really bad teams. And when they played good teams, they weren't very good. It kind of seems like they were frauds, kind of like they are.
Your words, not mine. Your words, not
every
mine.
Single year. There's the graph of the Cowboy season. It always goes start of the year, pessimism. Then they start winning, and all of a sudden, We Dem Boys comes back out. And then the hype train keeps going. They're rolling into the playoffs. So like, this is our year. This is the year. And then you lose tragically in the playoffs, and then you just start the cycle all over again.
Yeah, again,
but hey, they're America's team, right? Because America loves a loser.
That's true.
Actually, now it could fit. I think they finally have played their way back into America's team because we are the country of participation trophies and just loving mediocrity now.
No, because the Lions are America's team at this point.
Nah, I said people still don't like Detroit. Not the team, but just the city in general. I think America's all like, can we just forget we ever did that?
Okay, so So going back to like that was 1995 was the last time I did it. Let's just look at like how like lost in the divisional playoffs, no playoffs in 97, 98, 99 lost in the wild card rounds, 2000, 2001, 2002, no playoffs, 2003, they lost in the wild card round again. That's awfully early. 2004, 2005, they lost or didn't make it in the playoffs at all. 2006, that was the Tony Romo where he fucked up on the field goal. They lost to the Seahawks by a point. 2007, they lost to the divisional playoffs. Oh, that was when they were the number 1 seed and the Giants beat them. That was crazy after they beat the Giants twice in the regular season. 2008 didn't make the playoffs. 2009, oh, they won the division, but they lost in the wild card round. Oops.
Damn.
2010, no playoffs. 2011, no playoffs. 2012, no playoffs. 2013, no playoffs. Oh, 2014,
That's a
won
lot of
wild
no
card game.
playoffs.
Yeah, it was a lot. They lost in the divisional round though. 2015,
damn.
no playoffs. 2016, guess who beat them in the division round? The Packers. 2017, didn't make the playoffs. 2018, lost in the division round. 2019, no playoffs. 2020, no playoffs. 2021, lost in the wild card. That's early again. 2022, wild card. Or no, they won the wild card, beat the Bucks because the Bucks were bad, and then lost the divisional playoffs. And then they lost again. Just like that's a lot of not good.
Yeah, I mean,
One or two.
I did just remember that this is a stat I meant to write down, but I figured I would remember it.
Right.
The Cowboys are the only team in NFL history to win 12 games in 3 consecutive years and never reach the conference championship in any of those years. Couldn't even get to the conference championship. Kind of seems like they're taking advantage of a bad division and stacking up wins against not good teams.
Up and coming division. Up and coming.
But you can say the last 3 years the division hasn't been very good.
Up and coming. Besides
that's
last
okay.
Year.
I'm
three
just saying
playoff
it's
teams
okay
last year. There were 3 playoff teams last year.
That's true. That is true. But just doing nothing with it. But they still them boys, right?
Still them boys.
Still them boys. Hey, you know what? Hey, just put your Dak jersey and your jean shorts away in the drawer and bring them back out next year, and I'm sure things will be different, right?
Probably, yeah. Why wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
But Spin Zone, you can't lose a Super Bowl if you don't make it to the Super Bowl in the first place.
That's true. And like now the Cowboys fans don't even have the old reliable of blaming Jerry and being like he's because Jerry's drafted really well this year's draft. If you look at who they had, not good. But the last couple of years before that, picking up Parsons, they've been getting good players. Just does it.
Well, he drafted Dak Prescott. Got Dak Prescott.
See that? Yeah, that's a big knock on him. But
no, I mean,
they're gonna
great. Like I would endorse him for that.
Hey, you know what? You gotta get through the off season, and then next year when the season's rolling around, you can go, here we go, and be all ready again.
Oh, we them boys. We them boys.
I love that there's a lot of Cowboys fans out there that actually thought here we go was cool. But no, dude, it's not lame. That's cool. He's just getting his own cadence. Okay, it's the most annoying fucking thing in the world. And we're just gonna celebrate your downfall even harder.
Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck you too, Post Malone.
Seems like I really hope, as much as I hate it, I would love it if the first offensive snap against San Francisco, Jordan Love got down there and went, here we go, just to troll the Cowboys one more time. Just so all the fans think they're past it and we just give them one more. Actually, no, I don't, because that's a losing mantra. Never mind. I don't.
Yeah, you don't want to be a loser. You don't want to be a loser. But yeah, choking the playoffs back. Eagles also lost. Sucks that their quarterback was kind of banged up. Oh, did you see the tush push didn't work again? That's crazy. Also, their center fucking retired. What a quitter. What a quitter. I said this yesterday on Twitter. And I'll say it again on the podcast. I think I speak for myself, you and Robert. I would never, ever in a million years, no matter what, ever retire from my job as an NFL player to pursue my podcasting career. I would never, ever put my NFL career by the wayside to just focus on podcasting. But Jason Kelce, I guess, doesn't feel the same way.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel the same way.
Not everyone's as mentally tough as you, bud.
Not everyone is. I've already said, like I said a couple weeks ago, I was like, I would win the Walter Payton Man of the Year every year. I don't understand why everybody stops at one. My jersey would just have Walter Payton patches all over it if I was an NFL player, and I would also never retire just to focus on a podcast. I would still do the podcast, but like I'm never going to be like, I have to focus on podcasting. which is 100% why he retired.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, honestly, I think he's just trying to get some tickets to his brother's girlfriend's concerts.
He's probably like, I want to hang out with Taylor Swift more.
Yeah.
Probably what he is. Yeah. And like the Eagles are on their way down anyway. So it's like, might as well get off while the getting's good, you know?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, good thing they paid Jalen Hurts because, you know, he looked so good.
And then flipped off all those children, huh? Kind of karma, some might say. You flip off a bunch of children. You flip off the children of America. You tell our youths to fuck off. And then what happens?
I know I am, but like you're so hoping they bring back Mike McCarthy, right? They let him just play out his contract for one more year.
Absolutely.
No, my friends didn't want to.
I hope they re-sign him.
When they hired him, I was like, guys, I've seen him with the Packers for years, and that was he wasn't good with Aaron Rodgers. He was carried by Aaron, and you think he's going to do better with Dak Prescott? No, he's not. He's fat and stupid. Yeah, sign him for life.
Sign him for life.
And I hope Jerry lives forever.
I do too. Let's keep Jerry healthy. Let's get him into a doctor, everybody. Let's get Jerry taken care of. All right. Chugging the playoffs back. Fantastic weekend. Congratulations, Pat. And rooting for you.
I wonder if there's any Cowboys fans that actually listen to all of that without fast forwarding.
Matthew Jaramillo might.
Well, I said without fast forwarding.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. But if you did listen and you're just now catching up, Cowboys fans, you definitely might want to go back and listen to the full rant because we did maybe give a little secret giveaway. Maybe there's a little secret giveaway. You can find the keyword, the hidden phrase that Robert hides in there. Robert, don't forget to hide that phrase I sent you.
Got it. I wrote it down.
Yeah, just tweet us tweet Robert at Robert Barbosa03 and then just be like catchphrase and then tell him the catchphrase. You have to go listen to that whole rant though, Cowboys fans specifically. Maybe the Cowboys stink, maybe the Eagles stink, but if you're a Cowboys and Eagles fan, all you gotta do is head over to littlemshop.com and get you an air freshener, and then your car won't stink. You know, your team stink. You probably stink as a fan at that right now at this point, but like your stuff won't stink after you get a Little M air freshener on it. It's gonna smell fantastic. I shout out to Tyler Haney. Tyler Haney ordered a keychain from Little M Shop. He also got some air fresheners to go with it in his car as well. And he said he's loving it. He, I believe, got the Miami Beach scented rad ones that they got over there. They're all ranging from $3 to $8. You also get the Little Ice Out of This World design and the Fresh to Death design. I personally enjoy the Fresh to Death scent the most. I also think you can't go wrong with either of the other two. But go check it out. If you're driving around with one of those little fucking baby back bitch, little green trees in your car, throw it. Not out the window. We don't mess with Texas here. But if you live in another state, toss it out the window, whatever. Don't care. If you live in Texas, toss it down the passenger side, throw it out when you get to the next gas station, and go to littlemshop.com and order a Little M air freshener. Make your car smell better. I always give you a little life hack. Throw it in your trash can before you put the bag liner in there. It's gonna make the actual trash can smell better when you take out all that stinky trash before you go throw it away. littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com. Use our promo code PTG69 at checkout. You're going to get 10% off your order. You're also going to get free shipping when you spend $10 or more at littleemshop.com, littleemshop.com. Give them a follow on Twitter at littleemtweets and on Instagram at littleemshop. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. littleemshop.com, promo code PTG69 at checkout for 10% off your order at littleemshop.com, the official sponsor of the Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
All right. If you would like to submit your not cools to us throughout the week, basically, just it's a way to vent. It's a way for us to vent, and we like you guys to participate as well. Hit us up on Twitter. We're at Past Grade Pod. Use the hashtag PTG Not Cool. If you're watching us on YouTube, awesome. What's going on? We're waving at you right now. If you're not watching us on YouTube, what are you doing? Go to youtube.com/@PassingGrade Podcast or just search Passing Grade Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to us. Trying to get to 1,000 followers, guys. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Help us out. Get your friends. Be like, hey, give me your phone, and then go to their YouTube and then just subscribe and then don't say anything. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Don't worry. If you're watching us on YouTube, also make sure you go hit play on the podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Give us the clicks on either end. But submit you're not cool, something that makes you say, hey man, that's not cool. If you stub your toe or you get stabbed, all of them are varying degrees of not cool. We're gonna pick some of the best ones each week and read them to you guys. So let's start with our listener and viewer submitted not cools. This one's from Alex O, the reigning Pass the Gravy MVP at the Gravies Awards, the America's Awards show is what I always like to call the Gravies Awards. Alex O is at Alex McThunder1 on Twitter, and he says his not cool is that he went all the way to the gym just to find out that they are closed today. I believe that was Tuesday when it was like icy conditions, and I say that with quotes, where everybody in Houston was just like, we're not going anywhere. So if the gym didn't open, yeah, that sucks. There's nothing worse than like when you go with the intent of like, it's what was that I wrote? I wrote intended self-improvement. So you don't have to go to the gym another day now, Alex. Though like you get to write off another. It's like a taxes thing. Like, well, I was supposed to work out Tuesday, couldn't work out Tuesday, so now I don't have to work out Thursday because I really was gonna work out Tuesday and can't. So you write it off.
I hope you used it as a well. I got up and I was gonna do it, but they're closed. But I was gonna do it, so I should get myself a little treat.
Yeah, go get you a nice little breakfast taco or something.
I hope you just went to the bar. Like, gym's closed. You know who will be open?
Next best chance. Next
the
best
bar.
opportunity.
Get some 12-ounce curls in.
Whenever you're trying to go do something, like if you're going to do a chore or whatever, like I was trying to go to not Lowe's, wherever. I was trying to go to Home Depot to pick something up when we were moving, and I got there before they opened. And it was just like, fuck, you had to sit there for like 15 minutes. You're like, I could have just slept in later and been here on time and it would have been fine. But like whenever you're like trying to knock a chore out or go do something that you probably don't want to do, like work out, and then you're like, well, now I can't do that. That does suck. I'm trying to improve myself. Intended self-improvement. That's your ISI numbers. They're through the roof right now. So Cruz Garcia weighs in with our next one. He's at my name Craig08 on Twitter. And Cruz says his not cool is just noticed today that my fog light is broken. It wasn't like that yesterday, but now I got to replace it. And so the fog light, and this is actually something that I have learned about my own truck. I have a missing fog light. My left fog light is missing on mine. It is not your headlight. It's like the little like round bulbs below it. I've never once used it. And until I realized my fog light was missing, I didn't even know how to turn on my fog lights.
Yeah, I still don't fully I get it's supposed to make you see better in fog, but like I still don't get it. Doesn't it just go like wider or something?
I think
this
it's
is
just
the kind
lower.
of car guy I am.
I think it's lower, so it's not like it doesn't bounce back as much.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that sucks. I would probably just never fix it and be like, oh, I hope I don't run into any fog. I've not run into a lot of fog in my life driving, honestly.
Same.
Some.
They can cut through mist, fog, rain, or dust as they are mounted lower. So I guess the debris isn't usually right there. I don't know how that works. But yeah, that sucks when you're like, my light's busted and that's just a chore. Any kind of car chore, never fun.
Especially because it's busted. Like if it was just out, like changing them isn't that big.
But still, it's a chore.
Thing. It is, but like when it's busted, they're like, oh, I have to go. I can't fix this. It's not just something that I have to unplug one thing and plug in the new one. No, it has to go get fixed. Yeah, that fucking sucks.
And now a lot of the lights, like when you plug them in, like you have to like go back through a different thing now. Like it's not as simple as it used to be, where you just like pop, done, screw the thing back on, it's over with. It's like, why do I got to go through all these wires now? Just be the fucking bulb. It was easy.
It's tragic.
I don't know. It's bullshit. But T's and P's, Cruz, that does suck, buddy. Hopefully you got that fixed in time. Glamour Perry, she's at Glam for Life on Twitter. And Glamour says, her not cool is that I might have to stop drinking since my surgery, because ever since I throw up anytime that I've been drinking any alcoholic beverages. I would guess there's like medicine that you're on with it, maybe?
I got a buddy that can't drink beer anymore. Well, I think he just developed a reaction. So now he can only drink liquor. But yeah, I would talk to my doctor and sue them for medical malpractice if I lost my ability to drink. That sounds shitty.
I have since like the new year really like cut back on drinking, like during that whole window where I had 2 weeks off of work and stuff. Like I was getting pretty rowdy. So like during the work weeks, normally I'll just like not drink until Friday. That's just a special occasion. But like not doing that though. Like I went out Saturday and was watching the playoff games and was just wrecked after just a regular day of drinking, where it was like usually
that's the
I would
problem.
just roll right off. I would just roll right past that.
That's why you gotta
It
do a
was like
little bit of
it was
drinking.
just dead.
Because when you only drink on the weekends, that's when you black out and fall asleep.
But I feel great the other part of the week. Like the majority of the week, I'm feeling better. And then it's like when I want to drink a little bit, okay, but it's
I just feel bored. Because I've kind of been not really drinking as much, but that was more so just because I've been broke. So I haven't been spending as much money on booze. But it's just like I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is boring. But just smoke a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Smoke a little bit, huh?
No hangovers from smoking.
Smoking
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah,
that does suck. I had a friend that you saying your buddy couldn't do beer.
Yeah, he just like it fucks with him, and like he gets sick now.
My old roommate used to have,
or
allergic
or something.
If he drank liquor, if he had grain liquor or grain alcohol or anything with like like wheat or whatever in it, so like vodka and stuff like that. I think I don't know, but like he went to the doctor. They're like, yeah, it's just an allergic reaction. It wasn't anything serious, but his face would just get like splotchy pink.
By chance, is he Asian?
No.
Oh, because I have heard of that. Like Asian, I think they call it like Asian flush. Something about like alcohol just genetically tends to fuck with Asian people of Asian descent more or something. I don't know the whole science behind it, but it sounds awful.
Why don't you look into that and do a full report on it next week?
Because sobriety is boring.
Robert, how's dry January going?
It's going pretty good. I'm 28 years strong.
That'd be really funny if you were like, I have like struggling more than ever right now. It
would have been really funny if he was like, no, I did try a sip of beer yesterday.
Year 28 always gets you.
Yeah, I hear 28, 29. It's a hard time.
That's right in that sweet spot, dude.
You gotta really
you
cut
keep
back
soldiering.
on those root beers, buddy.
Keep soldiering on. What do we got next?
We got Mel Hyde.
Melissa Hyde at Mel Hyde myself on Twitter. She says her not cool is that she got woken up at 2 a.m. by the sound of her dog diarrheaing all over their bedroom. And then you gotta feel bad because like when Wheezy did that, she was sick. Like she's been stressed out because of the move and shit. And then I just think she wasn't feeling good, and she like shit in this room, and it was like fuck. Like you feel so bad because like you don't want to yell about your dog shitting, and then like they feel bad already and trying to be like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just like, are we okay? Do we need to go outside? What do we got to do here? And they're already like, I know I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't be doing this in the house. It's a weird spot that you get put in. But that is, and then it's just a chore already, and it's the most not fun chore. So
it's the worst
in the middle of the night too.
Yeah, I'll never forget in high school one time, my dog Sarah, like just shit all over like the game room upstairs and into the hallway, like diarrhea bad. And me and my brother were getting into like a screaming match over who had to clean it up, to the point where my two friends that were over got sick of us arguing and they cleaned it up. So that was pretty sick. Shout out Piggy and Bartles.
Y'all just made it so awkward for everyone else. Dude.
Like we wouldn't do it, and they were like, "Jesus Christ, we'll fucking do it. Just shut up."
Shut up.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, "Cool. I don't have to clean up the dog feces. All right." Like I said, it was all carpet upstairs, so not the best place to have to clean up dog poop.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mel, that's absolutely awful. I literally can't think of anything not serious that is worse than that.
Hopefully Charlie is all right. T's and P's to all you guys.
Give Charlie
Michael
kisses
and Charlie and everybody else. Yeah. That does suck. Let's wrap it up with some more of you, with one last one from you guys and gals. It's from Raimundo Benavidez at Kmundo B on Twitter. And Raimundo said his not cool is getting sick again after just having COVID last week. He says he's already used 5 sick days and we're only 2 weeks into 2024. That does suck, dude. I feel like I know a couple of people where it's like they don't get sick, and then it's just like they're down bad when they get sick, and it's like an extended thing for them, or it'd be like a month-long cold, but then they're good for the rest of the 11 months. So hopefully you just burned all your sicknesses in 1 month, and then you're golden, right?
Hopefully, that's especially when like it's the first month of the year. You're like, God damn it! Like, is this how this year's gonna fucking go?
And when you're already like looking at the days you've taken off and stuff like that, it's a little bit easier to do that in September, where you're like, all right, it's just 4 days. Like, but when it's January and you're like, this has to go this many more months. Fuck.
Like, dude, if I get sick again next month, I am out of sick days. That fucking blows.
Well, hopefully you're feeling better, man. That does suck. T's and P's, brother. T's and P's. I'll go first because I have a couple that aren't really anything great, but I did talk about Wheezy got sick shit in this podcast room earlier this week. So Emma brought in some candles, and I lit some candles to try and make the smell go away as I was cleaning it up. And later on that night, I was trying to blow it out before I went to bed. I leaned over, and the candle wouldn't blow out, and I guess I got too close, and when I blew out the candle, all of the wax blew up, but I just had like hot candle wax all over my face. And it was like on my eyelid too. When you're trying to like peel candle wax and you can't quite get it off, like that just was not fun. So yeah, that not ideal. And then cleaning up candle wax fucking sucks. Candle wax on anything is the worst. Shout out RIP to my friend Dinah Powers. She many years ago taught me that the easiest way to clean up candle wax is to just get a paper towel and an iron, and you put the paper towel over where the candle wax is and just iron over it, and it melts the wax back onto the paper towel. And then if it's like if it's like a table surface like mine was, you can just like wipe it down after that. But it's gonna be a little bit greasy. You just gotta like spray it down. But if it's like if it's cloth or whatever, it should just usually like it might have like a little bit of like a oil stain, but you can treat that. But if you just put like a paper towel on, iron it, get the iron hot, it melts it back onto the towel, so you can just kind of peel it up.
That's an amazing hack.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. Oh, I know one person, Dinah Powers, taught me how to deal with this. So hope she's looking down, smiling on us right now, because still using that hack. Still using that hack.
Now I need to get an iron.
You need to yeah. I can't tell you the last time I used it other than that. Really, I'm trying to think back. It's been a minute. I'm more of a dryer and then just shake it kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The iron's more for the women,
Yep. I just don't have time. I don't have time. Every time I like need something ironed, I'm like, fuck.
I think you do have time. You're just lazy.
Well, but every time I realize
in the dryer, you could have just ironed.
Right, but like really, like the time like you think about like to iron it, you like, I gotta plug it in now. I can just throw it in the dryer. It'll be easier. Because by the time the iron gets hot, and then I iron it, the dryer's already hot, and I can just pull it out and done.
I remember one time, or I had a roommate in college who he'd always break out that he ironed his shit all the time. And I would just grab a shirt. Half the time it would be wrinkly as fuck, and I didn't care. And he said something about it one time. He was just like, dude, your shirt's so wrinkly. And then at the end of the night, we came home, and I was like, hey, neither one of us got laid. How'd that iron shirt work out for you? I was like, I was comfortable, and I didn't have to take the time to do that.
I'm not like a stickler for iron shit, but I do hate it if it like looks really wrinkly.
I can't remember the last time in my life my clothes weren't wrinkled.
Or if there's like a weird crease. Like sometimes if your shit's in the closet weird and you're like, what the fuck? Why is the right arm all curved in? I don't like this.
I was gonna say, I think the last time I wore something that wasn't wrinkled was probably your wedding, but I bet my shirt was wrinkled. Even though like it was just hung up in there,
yeah.
There was probably wrinkles in it somewhere.
I didn't notice, so it worked out.
Yeah,
worked out.
I guarantee you the pants had the crease because I've never ironed out a pant crease in my life.
My other not cool, I had this was like a work related one. We had milk day off, so I didn't have to go in Monday. So Tuesday, I go in, and my pre-morning show schedule is, I go in, I do a bunch of prep and load in the audio we're gonna use that day. but you got to do the Control Alt Delete, log into the computer, put your login stuff in. I was hitting Control Alt Delete and it didn't work. And I was like, Control Alt Delete. The mouse is working on the computer. Okay, cool. No, for some reason, the keyboard wasn't working. I checked the other keyboard in the room. That was working fine. The other mouse was working fine. Sometimes you had to restart the computer. I restarted the computer. Mouse was working fine when I restarted it. The keyboard wasn't. Tried that again. Still wasn't working. And then I was like, at this point, I'm losing my mind because I got in early and I've been wasting 10 minutes trying to figure out with this fucking computer and keyboard. And my brain was just like, just check their wireless keyboards. Just make sure that it's got batteries in it. Maybe the batteries are dead or whatever. Some motherfucker over the weekend took one of the batteries out of the wireless keyboard. So I'm like losing my mind, freaking out, and some asshole took one. I don't know where it went. I couldn't find it. I checked, like, I was even like, did you use it for like the fucking Roku remote we have in this room? What did you use this for? And those were all AAAs, and the one they took was a AA, but they obviously used it for something else because it wasn't in my room. And I had to go find a fucking battery in that whole fucking office, Robert. And like, it's killing 20, 25 minutes of my morning trying to fucking find a battery just because some asshole, like, I don't even care if you use the battery, but just like leave a note and be like, hey, I used this, the battery's in here if you need it before this time, or just put it back at the end. I understand being overnights. I used to be overnights and weekends, and like when no one's there, sometimes shit happens. You're like, I just gotta fix it and move on. But you gotta go and you gotta replace it. I remember a screen burnt out, like a whole computer screen. And I was like, hey, I had to use this monitor that nobody was using. I plugged it back in at the end, and then was just like, hey, this monitor wasn't working, but I got through my shift. We need to replace this as soon as somebody that's a regular gets in. Like that, it cost me like a half hour, and I was losing my mind, and it was like, I had a nice extra day off. I'm ready to go. Kick day in the ass and just nope. But fuck whoever did that. Fuck whoever did that. And I'm pretty sure I know. Pretty sure I know.
That is
I'm pretty sure I know
the
because people log in on
most-
that computer.
That's the most diabolical D-bag move I've ever heard
I
of
don't
in
think
my life. And part
it
of
was
me,
like a fuck with me move. It was like a
No,
fuck
no,
something. I
but
ran
like-
out. I need a battery. I got to make a move, and they did that, and they just never returned it.
that makes infinitely more sense. But I hope they were just like, I'm gonna take one battery out of their fucking keyboard as a prank, because that's the meanest, funniest fucking thing. Because that,
Now you're fucking
just
with
like
my
you
work,
did,
though.
I would try 9 different things before I ever thought to check the batteries of the keyboard. Like that literally is the last thing I would check, and to leave one in it just as a like, that's
Because immediately,
obviously not funny to you. That's the funniest fucking thing.
because I was like, the keyboard's on. Okay, turn it off, turn it back on. All right, cool. And then I was like, let me just check this, like fail safe. That's is like when you call Comcast, they're like, well, is it plugged in? You're like, yeah, dumb shit. Like I was like, all right, is there a battery in it? There's one of 2. Shit. And then scrambling to try and find a battery in the fucking whole office. I don't just have a pack of batteries on me. I did find a closet, though, that has a bunch of supplies, Robert. So I'll hit you up if you need to find the supply closet. But that had batteries in it. Thank fucking God.
Nice. That'd be useful.
But yeah, that was just like when you're starting your week, too. Like, I went in early, and like, had I not gotten in early, I would have been way, way behind. But it, like, all of the time I went in early, it just wasted it. Like, I basically was getting started at the same time I would have gotten started had I not come in. So that was added to the not cool. But fuck that person that took the battery. I understand the scramble that you get in sometimes, but you got to remember to put that shit back.
I know me. I would do everything in my power. Like I would have taken both batteries out and left one battery on top of the keyboard so that I didn't forget it, and then I would have forgot it. I'm just a scatterbrain like that, so I get it. But that's horrible and funny at the same time.
It's funny looking back at it now, but like in the time when it's
Oh
like,
yeah, because it didn't. No, if it had happened to me, I would have lost my fucking mind, and I would have.
we have a
already
show that
texted
starts
this person
at this specific
yelling at
time,
them.
and you have this much time to finish prepping for it. Go. Also, you
I mean,
haven't got to
it's-
start because you didn't have a fucking keyboard that you could log on with.
I would have texted them because I text my coworkers shit like this all the time. I would have like, "Hey, fuckhead, if you're gonna take one battery out of it, fucking replace. Like I would have, and because it's me, I like firing off that text without asking if they were the one that did it. I just accuse people, and they're like, "It's not me." I go, "Okay." So then I move on to the next person, and I send them the same fucking energy of calling them a fuckhead.
I don't want to.
But also,
I call someone out.
You can't do that. You can, you have HR. We joke that I am the HR at my company.
I did see
because I'm just going to tell everyone to stop.
So if that person
sucks.
Logged in before, I'm very aware of who it is.
I'm sorry that happened.
I have other ways.
But hearing that story made my life better because I find that hilarious.
Well, what was your not cool, Pat?
I got a couple. One of them is my sister bought some. I can't remember what brand it was, but that's not important anyway. They were Funyun flavored chips. She was like, I saw this. It was really cool. We were excited. They don't taste like Funyuns at all. Not even a little bit. Taste like, it's onion flavored chips.
Funyuns are chips.
No, but like they were like Ruffles, but they were Funyun. So they were the other chip, but they were supposed to taste like Funyuns. They didn't. They didn't at all. Tastes like sour cream and onion chips without the cream. Which they were still good chips, but like I wanted the taste of Funyuns. How dare you? I wanted to call the Better Business Bureau. Like, this is a lie.
You should.
It's just a flat out fucking lie. Like, how did this get through all the testing? And you guys were like, close enough. No, it's fucking not. It's not close at all. It's bullshit. It's bait and switch. So that's one.
I'm cool with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then yesterday, my parents were in town. So we went out to dinner and we went to one of their friends' favorite Chinese buffets. Everything absolutely delicious. I didn't leave enough room for the soft serve ice cream at the end, though. I was so full. I wanted it, but I was like, if I eat one more thing, I'm going to be uncomfortably full. And like, how are you going to get Chinese buffet and not finish it off with the soft serve ice cream? But I couldn't.
You got to go throw up.
I couldn't, though. I didn't want to. All the food was so delicious.
Right, but like you enjoyed it, then you just got to throw up, make room for more. That's what I do when I try and lose weight after like I feel like I've been binge eating a lot.
That's bulimia, buddy.
No, it's not like I don't do it all the time. Just like if I feel like I had like a huge meal, I'm like, I was 5. I feel like I gained 5 pounds. I can just lose a quick 5 more pounds, but just make myself throw up. It's fine. That's like completely.
I know
normal.
I've brought this up multiple times, but I just love that Alex pronounces huge exactly the same way that Donald Trump does.
Huge.
It's a Y. It's Y-U-G-E. Huge.
Huge. It's a silent H.
So there was that. That left me disappointed, but it was great. My last one was just, and I've said it many times on here. I love the cold weather. I know we're in Houston. Everyone fucking hates it. I love the cold weather because you just turn off your AC and you run nothing, and then your heating bill at the end of the month for a house is like $70. It's fucking great.
Do that.
But it's been so cold. What's up, Sam? It's been so cold that we had to turn on the heater. And it's been cool because like it's been comfortable in my house. Like it's okay. But like it's the double whammy of I love this time of year because I save money, but now I'm spending money.
Yeah.
And also my room is upstairs.
Time.
So you know they say hot air rises. And then also my vent in my room blasts heat. Like it blasts, not to the point where it's uncomfortable, but it's just so warm in my room. Like I walked in my room last night and I was getting ready to go to bed and I was like, I'm going to wake up dehydrated.
It's too hot.
Not that it was hot. No, it wasn't hot. It was just so much warmth being blown into the air. And like I don't
it's like dry
in my nose. It's just dry. Like I woke up in the morning and the first thing I'm rubbing my nose and I'm just picking out like dried up like blood. Like bloody, but not like really bloody, but like, you get those dry boogers wherever you get rid of them. There's like blood because it's so dry that it was actually like scratching me and shit. And I was just like, I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure you guys have been able to hear it. My nose is just stuffed up because we run our heater 3 days a year, maybe. And I'm just like, God. But I haven't been freezing. So that's been but yeah, this cold has been excessive. Like keep it in the high 30s to 40s so I can just put on another blanket. Don't actually let it get down to freezing so I have to worry about my pipes fucking bursting.
Don't forget to wrap them. You gotta wrap those pipes.
I did. You gotta wrap your pipe.
And I opened the under the cabinets. That's what our apartments told us to do. But yeah, also like my wife is pregnant this winter, so like I can't just like I'm not gonna be the guy. It's like nope, jacket.
Well, yeah.
Like this is the first year. Like I'm like I can't play that card.
I
'Cause
mean, just
normally it's
really,
like normally it's
just
like
living with a
come
woman
on.
that you're in a relationship with. If she says the heater goes on, the heater goes on.
Right, but like she was always pretty good about like
She
being like,
makes
okay,
it-
we're like, no, you're pregnant. You should probably be very warm. I gotcha.
Yeah.
But then when I have like when we have my daughter, like I get to go dad mode and be like, you better no, just bundle up. Bundle up.
Nobody
Put another
touches the
jacket on.
thermostat except for dad.
You got a hat. Put a hat on. Put that ski cap on. Put another one on.
Have you
Is that
are
cold?
you
Let me feel you. You don't feel that cold.
have you like started to make pregnant jokes yet? Like, are you like, looks like you had a big meal?
No. No. And my wife's not that kind of person that would like
I know, like she's the
be
kind
an
that you could
asshole
get
about
away
it.
with it, but also you
like,
never know when those hormones are
you
going
don't
to
do
hit.
that. You don't do that. This is pregnancy one, buddy. I'm not fucking it up. I'm on her side.
No, that's why you have to make the jokes now. You got to set low expectations for how you're going to act. She's not going to leave you now.
True.
Just saying, drop in a pregnancy joke every once in a while. Just dip a toe in the water, see how it goes. If you get a glare on the first one, you just go, oh, okay, so we're not doing that. All right.
You had talked about like wanting to just be a little bit warmer than it is right now, but like
Just
it
a
was
little
pretty
bit.
cold, like taking the dog out. Like, do you guys have big jackets? Because I don't have like puffy jackets. Like I know that like all the girls like to when it's like 60, they're like, I got my furs out. I have a North Face jacket that's not like the puffy North Face jacket. It's the like the lightweight one. And then I have this bomber jacket, but I'll usually wear like I'm wearing this sweatshirt right now. I have a short sleeve shirt under it. And to take the dog out when it was like 20 this morning, I was just like, I'm gonna go bomber jacket and then another North Face jacket. And that's like having two jackets on top of a sweatshirt. And I was fine. My hands were the only cold thing. And then you wear the beanie.
I've been doing this the whole time. Long sleeve on the bottom, my work black t-shirt over the top of it, and then hoodie. And honestly, I've been wearing that. I haven't even been taking the hoodie off at work because it's been chilly inside the restaurant too. It's been like 65. So people are like, it's a little cold. Can you turn up the heat? And I'm just like, we don't have that. No, we straight up don't have a heater. I don't understand it.
Order
my boss is like, dude,
food
it's
and it'll
Houston.
be
Nobody
warm.
has fucking heaters. But I'm like, I've just been telling customers, I'm like, our heater's busted. Like, we're getting a whole new AC unit and heater put in, which we actually are. I'm like, the heater just isn't working yet. Because they've been fucking putting in this unit for literally like 6 weeks.
So I'd be like, let me see your hands and just go. And then they'll be like, okay.
That's what I should do. Thanks. Go to an old lady who's like, I'm cold, and just rub my hands together really fast like Mr. Miyagi and put them on her hands. She's like, don't fucking touch me.
Do that to her shoulders. Like, how does this feel? You feel better? Feel better now? Get those like hand warmers or those hand
and then
dryers.
Put my hands on the side of a 90-year-old woman's face.
Get those hand dryers that they have like bathrooms and just be like, all right, that's the heaters. They're actually self-operated. So you got to get up there and you just get like 30 seconds of heat at a time. Just you got to get up and hit it again if you want more heat.
Charge people $1 at a time? Not a bad idea.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. It's like those coin-operated like self-car washes, just if you want heat.
I like it.
A crush with homeless people. Right, what was your not cool?
On Monday night, we had to shut off our water because this is an old house and our landlord told us to, just because no risking the pipes. Old house, like I said. And Tuesday, it was going to be like slightly above freezing, like 33, 34. Like, okay, as soon as it gets to that, maybe around 1 p.m. or so, I'm going to turn the water back on. So we'll have water for the day and then I'll shut it off again at night.
Right.
Monday night. And so I did that. But our side of the house doesn't get direct sunlight. So it didn't warm up. So there was water like frozen in the pipe that was blocking the water flow. So then I went all of Tuesday with no water as well. And then
You should have just dripped it, man. So turn it. Oh, I guess if your landlord tells you got to turn it off, you got to do what they say.
yeah. And so then today, Wednesday, finally around 12:30 or so, I was able to turn the water back on, and it had warmed up enough where the stuff had melted, so the water started coming through again. So I went like a day and a half, or actually close to like a day and 3/4 without water. Haven't been able to shower.
Mm.
And it was just very uncomfortable.
Did you not have to poop?
I held it in. I kind of had to.
Uh,
We had
Oh!
water saved, but
Sam just added
Sam with the assist.
no, but it was for Sam because I knew that.
I was gonna say you could just like fill up a bucket of water and then you just pour it back in the top.
Sam is more like a routine base, so like it's guaranteed like 3 times a day or so that she will use that she will poop.
right.
Blowing it up.
Me on the other hand, I don't have like a routine like that, so like I was able to like just like hold it in. I didn't want to use up the water, especially today. Like I did really have to go today, like around 10:30. I'm like, I know we don't have enough water for 2
Oh
poops.
yeah.
So I had to wait until 12:30 when we got the water back on.
You should have filled up buckets of water beforehand, man.
We
That's
did. We had water like stored, but like it wasn't enough. We don't have that many buckets and stuff.
You should have got more bowls, dude.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you
This
had
is a
more
time
bowls
where
in your
you-
house, you could have filled
Yeah,
all those up
Mr.
too.
Minimalist.
No poop shaming.
Should have had more bowls.
We're not poop shaming. We're
Oh,
not poop shaming.
tell Sam. Trust me, I'm the last person in the world that
We're
will
a very
poop shame anyone.
Poop
I
positive
don't.
podcast.
I don't have a poop routine. My routine is that as soon as I have to poop, I go poop. There's not a 10:30 is when I take my first poop. It's when it has to happen. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always
I'm a
pre-poop.
fairly of a routine guy. Not always though, so maybe not. I don't know. That does suck, dude.
Yeah,
Were you
we need more
nervous
water.
when you knew that there was frozen water in it? We're like, fuck, they're gonna burst.
Yeah, I was. Because like our neighbor, we live in a duplex, so same house that we share with the neighbor, and her water was able to turn on and flow because like where her pipes are, they get direct sunlight. So if there was something frozen in there, it was able to melt off yesterday. Unlike ours.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That does suck. You really forget like how much water is just like, oh, I do use that for
Essential.
everything.
Yeah.
Just how many times you like washed your hands without even thinking about washing your hands? Or you're just like, oh, okay, I just took out the trash. Let me wash my hands out. I put the new bag. Oh, fuck. It's not on. Now what?
Mhm.
T's and P's, dude. That's a solid, not cool.
Thank you.
Solid, not. I think the apartment living helps for sure, just because there's so many fucking
Yeah.
like units. So I guess then hopefully that keeps all the warmth. I don't know, but
Yeah, because there's always water running through it at one point or another.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, dude. T's and P's, man. Should get better. And don't make fun of us, anybody in the north. It's different here, right? We're gonna give you the buy on the heat wave when that happens. It's also January, so don't make fun of us. It's our month.
Yeah, I was fucking texting my uncle up in Massachusetts, and he was like, "Yeah, it's warmer here than it is where you are." It's like, all right, well, you know what? Fuck you. So you get 30 on my porch. I was like, it is 8 here. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we know we don't have to do all year round, or not all year round, but for a large portion of the year, is fucking shovel snow.
I don't
Imagine
have to have
adding
different tires depending on the season.
right. Imagine adding like 20 minutes to whatever you were gonna do that morning. Being like, well, gotta go out and get all fucking sweaty and shovel snow for a little bit. Just make sure we can get out. Oh, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna do the same fucking thing tomorrow. Yeah, we don't have to do that at least.
Fucking let your car run for 15 fucking minutes to defrost it.
So make fun of us for not dealing with the cold great or as a city while you're shoveling your fucking snow for the 45th time this year. And we're sleeping in an extra 15 minutes. Then tell us who's laughing. Solid,
Yeah,
not
you
cool.
losers.
Solid, not cools. Pat, Will you tell everybody about our good friends at Southern Star Brewing Company? There's a lot of answers in this world, and Southern Star is my favorite answer to any problem that I have. If you guys want our help with any answers, questions, all you gotta do is submit them to us. Anything that tickles your fancy, anything we do the pre-cum segment is where we pitch our business ideas. If you have any business ideas you'd like to pitch to us, shoot them to you boys. If you got any relationship advice you need, we got you. Parenting advice. I'm gonna be a parent soon. I sort of know what that is. Car trouble, we got you on that too. Anything you need, hit us up at Pass the Gravy Pod. Use the hashtag PTG Answers. That's how we will answer them. That's how we search for them first. You can also email them to us, answers@passthegravypod.com. We do search for them on Twitter first. That is the fastest way to get your answers questions read and submitted. At Pass the Gravy Pod, use the hashtag PTG Answers. Pat, tell everybody about Southern Star Brewing Company real fast.
Yeah, this is one. I love them so much because I actually thought I was going to have a not cool this week involving Southern Star because it's been so cold that I didn't bother bringing any of the beers that I bought downstairs and putting them in my beer fridge. I was like, no, I'll just leave them up in the room. And as I got here today, I was like, oh no, my heater's been on. I'm going to have warm beer. Guess what? Doesn't matter. Bombshell Blonde, the original, still just as delicious room temperature as it is cold. Now, sometimes when you're working outside and it's hot in the summer, of course you want the cold beer, but you know what? It's not that hot right now. I just want a delicious beer. Southern Star delivers every single time on that, whether you're getting the original Bombshell Blonde, the Strawberry Blonde, the Southern Brunch, which I got to go get soon now that I think about it. I haven't had that in a little bit. You know what? It's perfect right now. Cold weather. Get yourself Buried Hatchet. It is the peak of stout weather right now. It is a stout time of year. I like my beers and I like my women stout. All right. Dark and stout. That's how I take them, ladies. Call me. But no matter how you would enjoy your beer, whether you like a nice light beer, a dark beer, a fruity beer, you like nice IPAs, you know the Southern Star is going to get you on the IPAs. They always have about 37 of them, some bitches running at any time. Get yourself up to the brewery at 3525 North Fraser Street in Conroe. They're going to have multiple taproom exclusives that are always going on. They've got beers even in cans that you can't get out in stores everywhere. But guess what? They're going to can it. They're going to have it in their fridge up there. So if you try something you like and you really want to take some home, they'll take care of you. No matter how you want to do it, they're going to get you going. If you do get your way up there this weekend on Friday, it is steak night. Not a lot of details written on the Facebook right there, but guess what? I bet that means there's going to be steaks. Get up, have some delicious beer, have a steak. They also have music bingo later that night and next Friday. So if you love music or you love bingo, or hell, if you love both, what could be better? Music bingo and delicious beer. Our friends up at Southern Star, go see them. Go say hi to Keith. Say hi to Ben. Be like, hey guys, love your beer. Take a picture with the Southern or with the Pass the Gravy flag up there. We love seeing pictures of you guys. Send us pictures of the beers that you're drinking. We love to see it. Let them know you're supporting the people that support us. It's one big happy family, guys. It's a copacetic environment.
At Southern Star BC. Yeah, copacetic environment. And then also, Keith texted me yesterday. He wanted to know Saturday, March 16th, the 16th anniversary of Southern Star Brewing Company. They'll be doing their celebration there. They got Lunera, Lucid Illusions, and 307 Departure as their live music there that day. Do we want to do a little PTG collab? He wanted to know if we wanted to go out there. Maybe I don't know if we do a show. Maybe we just go out there and hang out. But let's pencil in Saturday, March 16th as a little gravy.
Why not?
Hangout, huh? Let's do
Why
that.
not?
We're gonna do gravy hangouts this year, all right? Maybe when they're not live pods, but we're gonna go out. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna party. That's what we're gonna do. Southern Star Brewing Company, 3525 North Fraser Street. At Southern Star Brewing Co. at Southern Star BC. If you're drinking a Southern Star, tag them, tag us, let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. Southern Star Brewing Company, the official sponsor of the Answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right. Our first question this week comes to us from Mikey Paul at It's Just Mikey P on Twitter. He is the reigning I Love You Man winner at the Gravies Awards. And Mikey says, why do we throw away the core of an apple but eat the whole thing when it's sliced? I don't think we do. Because doesn't the slicer have the little circle in the middle?
Yeah,
and like you get
the slicer takes out the core.
the stem and the core, like that little like middle part you throw away.
Careful with the white power symbols there, Robert. Okay.
Yeah.
If
If you could just blur that out.
upside down.
Blur that out. That's even worse. That's even more racist now.
Terrible.
It's anti-Semitic.
The punch thing.
That's anti-Semitic too.
I mean, maybe he's slicing it
For
just
wife
with
beating?
a knife
Wow.
through the middle, but you're not supposed to eat the seeds, Mikey. I think you're a little confused here, man. You
No, no,
don't
no, no.
have to eat the core.
You don't have
shouldn't
to eat the core.
What was it?
You don't have
Johnny,
to.
It wasn't Johnny Appleseed, but wasn't there a story of some fairy tale story, something the kid's eating all the apple seeds, the apple starts growing in his belly?
That's watermelon.
Some shit like that. It was watermelon. Fuck. Same
Watermelon.
concept.
Right.
Different fruit,
But
same
like,
concept.
dude, as a guy that's probably eaten enough seeds in my life that would have grown into my stomach, like, you're good.
Yeah, you're fine, but like,
I mean, I don't eat. I think when you get a slicer, like maybe if you slice it yourself, you don't slice out the middle. But if you have like an apple slicer, it's got the little circle in the middle that gets rid of it. I mean, really, like apple seeds aren't that big. Like, yeah, if it got just thrown in there and I was just munching on an apple, I probably wouldn't notice that much.
But the core itself is kind of like harder, right?
Yeah.
Just chew.
Yeah, I
chew through it.
So, Mikey, you phrased this wrong. You said, why do we throw away the core but eat the whole thing? We don't do that. I think that's just a you thing, bud. And you know what? If it works for you, do it. But yeah, I don't get me wrong. I will gnaw around that core to get as much apple as human. I eat apples like I eat fucking chicken wings. There's not going to be much left at the fucking end of it. I mean, I'm taking off the cartilage and shit too on the chicken wing, much like the apple. But yeah, you're the only one eating the core, dude.
But if you don't have like a slicer and you want to know like why, like I could understand if you just like sliced all the way through it. I get that. Then like that's how you slice an apple, and so you don't cut the core out. But like why we don't eat the core with the regular apple if you're just eating it by hand is like because you can throw the core somewhere, and that's always cool. Just be like fucking chucking this bitch.
And it's not littering because you're like, I'm planting apples. Trees.
Yeah. We're scared. Oh no, I'm planting a tree. In
Also,
college, we used to always grab an apple on the way out, and then my freshman year, we lived by like far enough to where it was a really far throw at the dumpster, and we would always try and throw it from the dorm dumpster, like to the dorm dumpster. But you would just carry the apple. You didn't eat it, but like sometimes people would eventually eat theirs, and they you just yeeted it. It's like no, I need the girth. I need to be able to throw it. I don't need to take any bites out of this bitch. And you never hit the trash can.
Also, if you're slicing an apple with a knife
can.
And you're cutting right through the middle, you're doing it wrong. If you're eating an apple, you got to do the cool guy thing where you just you hold the apple and you just slice off slivers at a time with that knife, like where you just put your thumb behind
like
the
the
knife.
Dennis the Menace guy.
And that's exactly. I wasn't sure if anybody else was going to get the reference if I did that. That's exactly where it comes from, and it's the
creepiest guy ever, though.
But it's a super cool way to eat the apple.
Right, but he was a creepy example of it being cool.
Yeah,
he's like the crypt keeper eating an apple, and it's like that's cool. It's like not that guy, but other people, yeah.
I remember when I saw that for the first time, and I was like, I'm gonna look so cool eating apples now.
And I cut myself trying to do it using a knife.
I don't think I ever did, but I was always very wary of it.
I absolutely tried to, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the answer to this is, Mikey, is you're eating apples very
wrong. I mean, you really you throw away the core of the apple when you eat it by hand just because it's fun to throw a core, but most people don't slice it. What were you saying, Robert? Oh, okay. I thought he was starting us. I think he was starting Sam. All right, bro Brad, who's in Jamaica right now. Fucking yeah, he Ted Cruz'd it, got out of the cold.
Jamaica me horny, Brad. What's up?
That's my my second home, really, Jamaica. At DeLong Dude on Twitter, bro Brad says 20-inch biceps or a 12-inch third leg. I'm guessing that just
he means cock.
Hey guys.
Oh, what's up, Sam?
I actually
a great question for you. Let's read this for Sam.
I'm actually very happy that Sam jumped in on this one. So the question is, would you rather have 20-inch biceps or a 12-inch third leg? All day it's the biceps. That's too big.
I mean, Robert's already got the third leg.
Yeah,
so Robert's
right?
good.
Well,
but I
per the credits of the Pass the Gravy Best of 2023, I think that I'm very qualified to answer this one.
Oh, you are the hog expert.
Yeah, rightfully. So, yeah, this question, I like it, but I think I'm with Pat. Because you could really hurt somebody with a 12-inch bicep, but you could really damage someone with a 12-inch third leg.
Right.
Yeah.
I think most women would agree because that's just too big. Also, just day-to-day life. That seems uncomfortable.
It just seems, yeah, it's gonna be a chore daily. Jeans.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna be super confident in my life and everything. Cool. But like at the same time, just practically, you really have one career you can go into. It's just porn.
well, but
Because
also
other than
like,
that, you can't have regular sex with a 12-inch stick.
and you can't just casually. I mean, you can, but you kind of you get like a reputation for being kind of a weirdo if like all I walked around doing was just bragging about my dick. Like that would be weird. But like if you
like
just see my
that-
biceps, you're like, that guy's ripped.
Yeah, I like that Pat mentioned the career aspect of it because I feel like that changes the whole thing. Like, what can you really do with a 12-inch bicep that's going to make you like a ton of money? But what can you
Just
do
look
with a
jacked.
12-inch third leg? I feel like that can make you even more cash
Yeah, and I don't
for
want to
all the
wear gray
children that you're
sweatpants
inevitably
everywhere.
making with that third leg.
Are you though? That's the thing. I think
I
there's
don't
going to
know
be a
if
lot
it's
of girls
children.
that see it and they're just like that. Nah. Like at a certain point, this is like I said with the weather. This weather is excessive. It's too cold. At a certain point, you're like, that's just. She's going to look at you and be like, I'm not going to enjoy this, so we're just not going to do it.
It's more a visual
Right.
thing. Like in
Yeah.
video, I would be very impressed to see, but practically,
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that one.
Like I would wear gray sweatpants everywhere I went.
Because you could only wear gray sweatpants. You couldn't wear jeans.
You
had to get
can't
your
wear
jeans
briefs.
taken out.
You
But
can't
are
wear
you,
briefs.
But are you a shower or a grower? If you're,
I
if
mean,
you have a
okay, if
12
it's 12 inches, I think you're still showing pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I think you can't hide that.
There's only
Could you
so much you
imagine?
can grow.
Could you imagine if it started off not very
It's-
impressive and then just whoa?
She went from
Just
I
like,
feel like
3
that,
to
what
I feel
the
like that
hell?
3 to
scenario
12.
is far more favorable.
yeah, you don't know what you've gotten into. Just tell Robert we were gonna take it for the rest of the way. I think honestly, like
It's my show.
she's got this. Now, if Robert's gonna ever like not do this, we're just gonna have Sam fill in. This is
Robert,
just
would you like
good.
to chime in? It's a very
Well, he's already got the hog part.
Or I guess, I mean, you can just be like the guy who asked the question, and he asked this because he's got 20 and 12.
Yeah, bro, Brad is just
Robert,
he's
do you
got
have
he's got
an answer for this
everything.
one?
He's got everything. I would go biceps for sure. Like remember
All
the
day.
SpongeBob episode where he has the blow up arms and then he
Yeah.
like goes to the strongman competition and it's like he didn't win the strongman competition because he couldn't lift that stuff, but like everybody just thought he was cool. Even if I didn't get the
However,
strength with it,
is
you
it-
look ripped.
Is it 12 inches long or high?
No, it's 20. It's a 20-inch. It means
Oh,
20-inch
or
around.
20 inches, right.
Oh, 20. That's right. 20-inch bicep.
So it's basically the question was, would you rather have huge arms or a giant dick? I'll take the arms.
Use your arms.
I've gotten this far without the 12-incher, so you know.
But again, you can show off your work if it's in your arms. You can't just show off your dick to everybody.
And if you've got 20-inch arms, that probably means you're strong. That's like you can use that practically. You can lift heavy things. Someone's like, "Oh, could you get the dog food out of the trunk?" Yeah, no problem. It's light for me. You can use that in everyday life. You can't use 12 in everyday life. That's how you get charges at work and you get called into
right,
HR.
Right. Yeah.
That's true.
Very problematic.
Unless you're LBJ, then you can become the president when foreign leaders visit. You just pull it out and put it on the table.
Yeah. Then you would have to suffer the risk of being sexualized the way that women are on a day-to-day basis.
I would hate that.
Yeah,
I think I'd be okay
having a
with it.
12-inch third leg is a lot like being a woman every day, constantly
That's how
sexualized for your body.
Must be how Robert feels, I would imagine, every day.
Robert's a lot like being
Persecuted.
a woman.
And she just walks off at that.
I mean, drop the mic when you say the line. Like you can't get
Yeah.
better than that.
So yeah, Sam's on the podcast now. We're gonna need both of you guys next week. So
I got hacked.
I like the idea that every time Robert gets up now, Sam is just going to.
I do like that. We need to start incorporating that more.
We should just start having an Ask a Woman segment where we either have Sam or or Emma hop on for like 5 minutes.
That would be funny. Good job, Sam, filling in. Everybody, does Sam have a Twitter?
No, she's
Just
not.
Instagram?
Just
At
Instagram.
Sam's Pants and Plants. At
Mhm.
Sam's Pants and Plants. She's dyeing clothes. Blows my mind. She just dyes clothes different colors. I'm like, that's fucking sick.
That's pretty
Was I
cool.
ever gonna dye clothes? No. But I'll watch her dye clothes because it's entertaining as shit. She's very good at making you think
Yeah.
that stuff that you wouldn't care about is the most cool thing in the world. And like, give her a follow. I'm not shitting on anything. I feel like that's like a backhanded comment. Not
Oh,
intended
dude.
that way at all.
No, it's like everything else on Instagram. It's awesome to watch. I'm not going to make a beef Wellington, but I love watching other people do it on Instagram.
Right. Right. Sam's
I ain't going to
Pants
dye
and
my
Plants.
clothes, but watching her do it, so cool.
Newest member of the pod. She's on the podcast now. So also
Are
hog
we going to
expert.
mention that Bobby is just gradually getting better dressed as this goes on too, or are we just going to let that go?
Did you put another suit jacket on?
He put a blazer on. Now he's got a tie.
You got my tie on. I take this seriously, guys.
Very serious. Well, he knew that Sam was trying to come for his job, so he's like, I gotta dress the part now. I gotta dress classy. All right. Good question, bro, Brad. That was a fun one. That was a fun one, and it added to it because Sam was here for that. That was the perfect question for her to sit in on. Skylar Lester at OMG at Skylar on Twitter says, if life is unfair to everyone, does that mean that life is actually fair?
It would, but life is not unfair to everyone.
If life was unfair for everyone, then being unfair would be fair. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure if you get born with the last name Rothschild, life's going to be pretty sick for you one way or the other. Like if you get born with a trust fund, you could be like, you don't understand, just because I have money doesn't mean I don't have problems. Yeah, you have fucking problems, but like you also you've never had to check a price tag in your life. So I don't feel bad about any of your fucking problems. Oh, your friends are only friends with you for your money? Oh, that sounds like a super hard problem to have. Just stop hanging out with them.
Right. And I get what you're saying there, but Skylar's question was just, if life is unfair to everyone, is it actually fair? If it is unfair to everyone, then yes. Life's not fair. All right. They said in my Malcolm in the Middle's intro song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Stephen Jones has had a pretty good life considering Jerry Jones is his dad. Don't think life has been too unfair to that guy.
I mean, not since 95.
It's disappointing and unfair are two very different things.
True. Good point.
My penis is not unfair.
So if life is unfair, then it is actually fair. Great question, Skylar. Next one. This is an emailed in one from Nicholas in Iowa. It's been a minute since we heard from him, but Nicholas says, this is a good one. He says, what movie character is the manliest man of all? Happy Manuary, boys. Happy Manuary to you, Nicholas. Who is the manliest
movie character?
Okay. I'm going to say it, and it's not going to be the right off the top of your head. I'm going to have a reason for it. James Bond. Because he kills people like Rambo does. He kills people like all the manly men that Arnold Schwarzenegger plays, but he's like wearing a suit. He's classy as fuck. He goes like have like a shaken, not stirred drink and then fuck some girl that's really hot and a model, and just he's really classy about it. He's really classy about it. If you had to say who's the manliest James Bond, it's got to be Sean Connery. So I'm going to go James Bond, specifically Sean Connery, James.
Yeah, I was
classy
trying to think
and manly
of somebody else that could compare. The next closest the only other thing my brain popped to was John Wick, because he also, he's got a dog and he shows a sensitive side too, but like, yeah, John I can't, it's James Bond. But it is James Bond. He's way manlier because not only does it's like, you could say it's problematic, but something about just every time you walk into a room and you're like, all right, I'm going to get that chick. There's something fucking manly about that.
Shaken, not stirred. My name's Bond.
It's James Bond.
Now, and Rambo would have been what I would have like initially. I was like,
that was the first one that popped in my head, but I was like,
jacked, shirtless, running around with a machine gun and a knife in his mouth. Like, that's manly. But like James Bond does that shit in like a classy way. and then can go to a fancy dinner afterwards. How manly is that?
Maybe Leo's character from The Revenant.
That was
Dude
pretty
could fight
manly.
bears.
John
and-
McClane. Because
I'd still take Bond over John McClane.
No,
Because-
me too. But John McClane's also a good one because like he's just a family guy. Like that's pretty manly. Like he's like, I'm just trying to just go see my daughter and you know the mother of my kid. I'm just trying to get us safe. Like fucking this thing at a Christmas party just broke out. Now I gotta deal with this. And it's just another day at the office. Like that was the most like manly take on that whole fucking terrorists. Okay, strap in.
Like, I'm trying to like if we could include TV characters, I think it's hands down Ron Swanson. He's good with his hands.
That's why
he's
Nicholas
self-sufficient. That's why I was trying to think of a movie character that could be like comparable to Ron, who's like, you know, can woodwork, self-sufficient, can live out in the woods, hunt, clean fish, do all that, and just doesn't need anything, can live off the grid and be by themselves.
Liam Neeson from Taken. That guy was manly. He was like, I'll just fucking choke you out with your tie on this.
That might actually be the answer over James Bond.
James Bond has to be it because James Bond's just like he has a license to kill. How manly is that?
Yeah, it's still James Bond. It's still James Bond.
He has a license to kill.
Because James Bond never had a woman leave him. Well, I guess not really true, but like didn't have a family and then the woman divorced him. James Bond just keeps James Bonding.
Liam Neeson was pretty manly where like he like pulls down that hot steam pipe and just burns that guy's face off and then kicks him off that balcony and then he fucking chokes out that other guy. Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you and I'm gonna kill you real good. And I know you're on the other side of the world, but I'm gonna fucking find your bitch ass. And they're like, okay, pussy. And then he did exactly what he said he was gonna do.
And anyone that's like, well, James Bond has a team helping him. Yeah, but you know what? Who's actually going out and doing it? James Bond.
The man.
Yeah. Q's not manlier than him because he has the skills to track down the people. You track him down, and then who do you send?
Yeah.
You send James.
You send
James
the guy.
gets the job done.
Tyler Durden, manly.
Not
Tyler
real.
Durden's
figment of imagination.
Spoiler alert, figment of the imagination.
Also, pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
They were
Rob,
vandalizing store like.
You?
No, God, 0% chance he's seen.
And
it.
I actually would. If I did.
Ooh, touche.
That's like part of the whole. It's part of the whole like bit of the movie, though. Just shows no. Well, that would be a good one. I think you would. I don't know. I think Robert might like watching that.
From the psychological thriller standpoint of it, yeah, I think he. But also, I just think he would just kind of be like, okay, I get why this is appealing to other people.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe don't watch that one. Don't burn one of your 5 movies on that. James Bond though.
But also, Ethan Hunt is up there too for Mission Impossible, but still, it's James Bond. Ethan Hunt is an American wannabe of James Bond.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, are they wearing a suit? Because that's classy as shit, and that's manly, and like done. Because he's sipping a martini at the end, also very manly. James Bond, the manliest man of all movies.
James Bond is so manly that the villain throws women at him to try and fuck him up, and he fucks the woman and then still completes the mission.
Yeah.
He's like, thanks for the pussy. Now I'm going to come kill you.
Exactly like that. Exactly like that. Great question, Nicholas. Keep them coming, bud. I like the Manuary themed ones. Give us some power rankings, I feel like, too. We didn't have power rankings this week, but if we had to power rank manliest men, I think off the top of the head, though, you had James Bond, Liam Neeson from Taken,
Ethan Hunt,
John Wick over Ethan Hunt, probably, right?
Yeah.
Just a man's love for his dog, that's manly.
Yeah.
And then John McClane. Can we put John McClane at 5? Pretty manly.
John McClane's in there. Yeah.
What was the Arnold Schwarzenegger? Was it Predator?
Yeah, I was trying to think.
He's wearing the camo.
Yeah. Also, Commando. It was basically the same character.
Commando
just one had an alien in it. No,
Insert Arnold Schwarzenegger character as the 5th one.
Yeah,
so to put that graphic together.
Any Arnold character from Commando to Predator all the way up to Jingle all the way. Because he was a good family man.
Turbo Man is number 5. Family Man. Family comes
Mr.
first.
Incredible.
Yeah, that was a good exercise. That was a good exercise. That felt like power rankings for the week. So thank you, Nicholas. All right, let's wrap this bad boy up with Brandon Davis. He's also known as Texas Cat Daddy here. He's at A Stream of Cream on Twitter. And Brandon says, if Jack helped you off a horse, would you help Jack off a horse? Let's see what he's doing there.
I would definitely help Jack off a horse. Any of my friends
Jack
that need
off
help.
a horse. If Jack helps
Hey.
me off of a horse, I would absolutely help my friend Jack off of a horse.
When a friend needs help, you help them.
Robert, would you help Jack off a horse?
Pat said when they need help, you help them.
So you would help Jack
I
off
would
a
help.
horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
help
what friends are
Jack
for.
Off a horse, yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you asked me 10 years ago, I would have been like, I don't need help getting off the horse. But you know what? I'm like, you know what? I don't want to accidentally blow out a knee getting off the horse. Jack, help me
Christopher
out.
Reeves. Remember that?
I'll help Jack
Don't want
off
that.
the horse.
I got Superman. Kryptonite and horses. That's what takes Superman down.
I thought he was in a car wreck.
Didn't he fall off a horse? Oh, God. Actually, if he did not fall off a horse, Robert, please use that as our TikTok clip. It's going to get everybody telling us they were stupid.
I could be fucking very. I always just
this is
assume.
another
Honestly, I
Silvio
just always
surfer
assumed it was a car wreck.
situation.
He
How
fell
did he
from
get
a
hurt?
horse and he landed directly on his helmet in a near perpendicular position, breaking 2 vertebrae in his neck.
Oh, so much for fucking
Fucking-
helmets. All right, what did we learn from
Way
this thing?
downtown.
Don't wear
Way
fucking
downtown.
helmets. Don't wear
Don't say
fucking
that.
helmets.
Don't say that. We don't condone that part. Don't condone that part. But fuck. What a random tidbit of knowledge that I actually did know. Shout out to me. So you guys y'all, I know Silvio Surfer. I know about Silver Surfer more than you guys, and I know more about Superman than both of you guys combined. So shout out to me, really stepping up my superhero game. Let's wrap this bad boy up though with what we wrap everything up with. Let's before we do that, at Past Great Pod, hit us up on Twitter. We're on Instagram, TikTok. Go give us a follow everywhere. You can follow us on all socials. Go like our Facebook page, comment jazz. Let's bring those back. Share us with a friend. Go save to your favorites all of our videos and stuff like that. Send it to your buddies on your stories and shit like that. Just help us out. If you're listening, go hit the play on the YouTube version. If you're watching, go hit the play on the audio version and give us the clicks on both of those. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at Not Pat Dan. Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. Please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever else you listen to podcasts. You guys are the fucking best. March 16th. Southern Star Brewing Company's 16th anniversary. Maybe let's pencil that in for a little gravy hangout, guys. You guys are awesome. So this is the portion of the podcast where our new year, new us. We're wrapping things up with a random celebrity generator. We are going to pick a random celebrity. We're going to go around the room. You also, the viewers, the listeners, go around your room and pick a random celebrity. And if your random celebrity is the randomly generated one, you win. Robert, what do you win?
You just get a lifetime supply of pasta gravy.
Pasta Gravy subscriptions to give to all of your friends, and that's
And even
it.
put a number value on that because it's so
And
valuable.
yeah, and just the satisfaction of knowing you accomplished something. Really, that's really what it is. But
You get an
here we
Emmy.
go. I'm gonna try and do it on my phone so you guys can see it. A random celebrity generator. Pat, who you got?
Nick Offerman.
Okay.
That's the guy who plays Ron Swanson.
Yeah. Robert.
Jake Johnson.
Jake
Oh,
Johnson.
good call.
I'm gonna go Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm gonna laugh if
All
his son comes up. It's Patrick Schwarzenegger.
Open. Here
Seems
we
like he
go.
could have already had it open and ready.
I'm trying to. Ready, set. George Lucas.
Damn.
George Lucas is our random celebrity. So, Alex, I know he's going to be like, I'm 3-0. 3
Guess
for
I gotta
3
fucking
on mine,
rewatch
but-
all of Star Wars now.
Yeah. So, George Lucas, if you had George Lucas, congratulations. If not, try again next week. We love you guys. You're the best. Have a great rest of your weekend. Go Texans. Go Packers. Ha ha. Cowboys and Eagles aren't in it. Have a great rest of your weekend. We love you guys. Pass the gravy, you bitches.
Gravy, gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pass the Gravy. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, Houston, baby. Now we go ahead and lick and we'll get rich.